Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob, and I am with none other than Mr. Gojifan himself, Chris. Chris, how are you, my friend?
Sup, G fans? I'm good.
All right. So, as you guys know, when we start, I like to do the good old sound check, good old visual check. When I get the confirmation from you guys that everything's all good on your end, then we can start. And I'm actually going to let Chris kick it off. He's going to start something. So,
Damn it! Every time, every freaking time. I have my second monitor finally, so now I'm able to read the chat and look at the Hangout at the same time.
Oh
Without having
yeah,
to,
that's right.
click through different tabs, but
My second monitor is on the floor.
So
All
wait, then
right.
what are you looking at all the time though? Because you're like,
I do have a monitor right here in front of me.
oh, okay. Because I was like really confused there for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. then
Yeah,
what-
no, well, I have a second monitor that I got when I did my first Twitch. I had a second monitor for that whole purpose, and I intend on using it, but it's really for the setup upstairs, which, like I said, I'm going to work on that this weekend finally.
Mm.
Actually, it should be just a one-day project. It shouldn't even take me all day. I literally just got to move my computer upstairs and my green screen. That's pretty much it. And the camera and stuff like that, but that's not a big deal.
All right.
All right, so we got. Let me see.
I got 2 OKs, 3 OKs.
Okay, good. All right. Let's see here. So we got Gojira Reviews, Alan Mullins, and Noah Gillen, and a couple of people just walked through the door. That's why I kind of want to give it. I wanted to give it a few minutes because
Yeah.
it said 2 a second ago, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to just start now because I know people are going to start coming in now. So give it a few more minutes. For those of you guys who just got here, we're just giving you guys a couple of minutes to settle in, and then we're going to get started. And yeah, that's basically it. So, and for those of you who just came in, just make sure to give us a confirmation. Visuals are okay, and that audio is okay, and then Chris is going to get us started. We're going to be talking mainly games tonight, but Chris does have a good surprise for us that I'm very excited about, and we're going to get to that as soon as possible because I want to check it out. But he's going to get us started on tonight's topic. First, we're going to discuss the Godzilla game, and Chris is going to kick that off. Then we're going to get into some Destiny, and then we're just going to flow from there. So, all right.
Is this a surprise what I think you're talking about?
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any surprises. I do have one small announcement to make that I'll do later, though. It's not that important. Okay, I'm settled in real good. All right. All right, so I think we can get started now. I know there'll be more people filtering in as the night progresses.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, the floor is yours.
Well, all right. So, before we get to all the gaming talk and all that stuff, today was actually a box day. So, if you guys actually can see out of the camera, sort of on the side here, it's actually some of the new figures that I just got today. So, this is the Wave 5 of the Diamond reissues for X Plus. What we got here is Godzilla 68. Pretty awesome. Yep. The only thing that really sucks about this one is that his freaking tail, and when I upload the video, you guys will see that, I mean, I didn't film the whole thing, but it literally took me 30 minutes to try and get the freaking tail on, but the hair drying trick and all that just was not working, so I just gave up, so I haven't gotten his tail on yet, and it really annoys me because I'm kind of OCD about that. So yeah, and then this big guy, Godzilla 62 from King Kong vs. Godzilla. This is a really amazing sculpt here, so I can't wait to review this guy because I actually just started reviewing X Plus figures. So, but yeah, he has derpy face. If you guys watch O2Zilla, he made a short series. It has a couple episodes. I hope he continues it. But this character, I forgot what he named it, but it's like this derpy character. He's just like, hey guys, or something like that. It's hilarious. So check out O2Zilla for that. It's pretty funny.
That's the one thing I never liked about the King Kong vs. Godzilla suit.
It's like
he looks so dorky.
And then the most amazing figure out of Wave 5 is Hedorah. This was the figure that I was most excited for. My God, just ridiculous. I mean, I mean, seeing it on the screen gives it no justice. You have to see it in person, and just like it's crazy. I don't even know where I'm gonna put them on my shelf because like I'm looking at where I might be able to put them, and I don't know. I think I'm out of room. So, and there's more waves that are coming. The next wave is the Godzilla Raids Again set. So we're gonna get 1955 Godzilla and 1955 Anguirus, and then after that one, there's the last Diamond reissue wave for this year, and that's Godzilla 1989 from Biollante, and I think Gorosaurus is part of that line too. But I'm not going to get Gorosaurus because I only focus on like main Godzilla characters. Because I know Gorosaurus, his first debut was in was it?
I think it was Destroy All Monsters. I want to say.
What? Well, no. What was that one with Baragon and was it Frankenstein? Kong? No. It was King Kong Escapes. I know.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I just stick to Godzilla characters, you know. So, but yeah, so that was my box day, and it was really awesome. And the box itself, literally this huge shipping box.
Oh my God.
Is what it came in from UPS. So I'm waiting all day for that stuff. So if it didn't come earlier, I would have actually done a live unboxing, but it did come, and I had to get the recording in. So you guys will see that probably tomorrow, or if I have time later tonight after the stream. But so yeah, that is what's going on with my collection. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff, I gotta say.
All right. I like it. I always like those things.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it was a pretty penny. For sure, with 3 figures, but luckily I saved up, because you guys got to save up your money if you want an X Plus figure, and also my parents helped me pay half for it because it was my birthday, so I got it for basically half off. And
awesome.
The place that I got it from, they had an error on the order, like for the shipping. So I called in. I was like, "Hey, were these supposed to be shipped yet?" And there was an error delay. So because of that delay, they actually gave me free shipping. They refunded me my shipping. So yeah, I actually saved a lot of money with these guys.
Love free shipping. That's why I'm Amazon Prime all the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, all right. So on to gaming. This is where you guys get to see me actually be a gamer and not just a Godzilla fanatic, because a lot of you guys, it's funny, I surprise a lot of people lately that whenever I say I either listen to like music, like when it comes to like Slipknot, because actually lately on The Nation we've been talking about the new Slipknot album.
Yep.
I've been part of those conversations because I'm really excited for that. But some people just get so amazed that I listen to that, or that I, play video games other than Godzilla games. It's hilarious how you guys, I'm not Godzilla 24/7. I can't, life would be boring if it was just Godzilla. So I'm a fan of many things. So then we'll get to that when we talk about Destiny. I think I'll also talk about Alien Isolation, because that's coming out real soon, actually.
Yeah, we're definitely going to touch on that, because it's very interesting. The game looks so good.
It does. It
looks so good.
Yeah, I saw an IGN video where they were playing through the first level. It's like a demo, and it was just, oh my god, it just looks so good.
The fact that you can be doing something and out of nowhere get stabbed in the back by the alien is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's completely randomized and all. Oh my god, I just cannot wait. Just play that game in the dark with headphones on, and you got the most awesome experience for that. But
I think I'm gonna Twitch that next Friday night.
You should.
I think I am. I think I'm going to Twitch that next Friday night. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun Twitch.
You definitely should. Yeah.
So, all right. So now you wanted to, before we even, because we're still somewhat on the Godzilla thing since we talked about the figures. So you wanted to talk about the Godzilla game. There's some things you wanted to say.
Yeah. So first off, there's actually, I posted a video today, real quickly. That I posted a slideshow of new screenshots that have come out, and I've been doing this every time there's been like a plethora of screenshots. I make a slideshow, so I post a lot of stuff on my Facebook and Twitter, but some of my YouTube audience, they don't see that if they're not following that stuff. So I wanted to make the video so that they could see the screenshots as well, because not many people know the website. And it is a Japanese website, so when you go to it, you can't understand a single thing because it's all Japanese. So yeah, I put that up, and the characters, the Bandai website updated it with Biollante, Adult Mothra, and Jet Jaguar.
Yep.
And they added him with cool character renders and like 5 screenshots per character. So I dragged all that, made it into a video, so that's pretty awesome. You can also see it on my Facebook and all that. And I think I posted to the Nation a picture that I photoshopped with all the character renders, and I kind of put them all in one picture. And also it's a 1920 by 1080 picture, so you can actually have it as a wallpaper if you want to. So you can click it and save as, and you can make it a wallpaper. I have it as my wallpaper because I actually really like what I did with it. So,
cool.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for now. And the latest, I guess, some other latest thing, the Tokyo Game Show footage. I stayed up till, oh god, I don't even remember. It was like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, or 1, because I wanted to see the press conference that they were having, the presentation of the game, because it would be the first time we get to see like actual game, like demo footage. And I stayed up and I recorded it with Bandicam, and then I posted it. And I really liked it. It was awesome. So if you guys saw that, it looks completely like Godzilla Generations. Like it's been confirmed basically that this game is Godzilla Generations 3. I'm dubbing it Godzilla Generations 3 because there was the first Generations game in 1998, and also in the same year there was Maximum Impact. Both those games played kind of differently, but they were the same. I don't know if it's because they released them in the same year.
Right.
Personally, I like Maximum Impact more, though, because it's more of a Heisei game. I mean, like the whole game follows the Heisei movies. You fight Biollante first, then onto King Ghidorah, then Mothra, Mechagodzilla, Mogira, Space Godzilla, and Destroya. As Batra's not in it, which is really weird. That was kind of a disappointment, but the first Godzilla Generations, where you run around or walk around destroying buildings and stuff, that's where this game is definitely taking that idea and basically either remastering it or remaking it, like, and that's what I've been asking for a super long time. Now, and this kind of leads me into this next thing about a lot of people are starting to complain that they want a fighter. And look, I love the fighting games when it comes to Destroy All Monsters, Melee, Save the Earth, and Unleashed. But this is a breath of fresh air because not every Godzilla game needs to be a fighter. And frankly, the more and more I look at this new Godzilla game, that game is like super authentic and like the roars, the sound effects, everything that goes into that game. I mean, even down to the fact that when you fight King Ghidorah, they're going to play King Ghidorah's music from 1991, like while you're fighting him. So that's going to be awesome. In the fighting games, for some reason they didn't get the rights to put all the sound effects. They had to modify some sound effects. I know that there was some controversy with Orga's roar between like whether Japanese or English version that they put into the game. So Orga didn't really sound right in the games. And there were some sound effects that were very stock. If you guys noticed in Destroy All Monsters, Save the Earth, and Unleashed, especially Unleashed, when it came to Mechagodzilla 74, whenever he moved or like whenever he punched, there'd be the stock like robot kind of sound. It was like right. I heard it in cartoons, and I'm like, they couldn't even get the rights for the sound effects for Mechagodzilla 74, and it's, didn't really make any sense. Also, they were kind of cartoonish. Now that I really look at it from an objective point of view, not just like oh, I love these games, but they were kind of cartoonish. The characters would do silly moves sometimes. Orga was a wrestler, which was really funny. Yeah, like he would do wrestling moves. He'd grab them and then like throw them on the ground. And
which one was this one?
He did them in all of them, actually. In Destroy All Monsters and Save the Earth. I'm not sure about Unleashed.
I remember playing Godzilla, the one on the GameCube. I keep forgetting its name. Which one was it? The one on the GameCube?
Yes. Well, it was on GameCube. First came out on GameCube, then it came out on Xbox.
Yeah, that's the one. I just couldn't remember if he did. I haven't played it in years. I couldn't remember whether or not he did wrestling moves.
Yeah, he did. Yep. And it's funny. I mean, it's it's not a bad thing, but I think we're finally getting an adult Godzilla game. And I'm not saying as in like ratings and blood and gore. I'm just saying it's like a more like, how do I want to say it? I don't know. The more, authentic. That's really the word that comes to mind when I think about
it looks the closest thing to a movie video game.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what I mean. They're really driving. Yeah, they're really driving that home with the camera angles. There's two kind of camera angles that they're making this game. One is I think they're calling it the cinema mode, where the camera, it's kind of like the first generation's game, where you don't have control of the camera, and the camera angle is at places in the map that mimic a movie, like actually mimics the Godzilla movies, where you're going to have low shots, where Godzilla's like coming this way, and it's going to be really tall, and then you're going to have overhead shots, you're going to have panning shots, and it's basically trying to mimic the feel of a Godzilla movie. Right. And the other, and this is where I'm really happy that the developers were smart that they implemented this other camera angle, which is just a normal camera angle. You control them, like, let's say, for instance, okay, just say this for the sake, like this would control the camera angle, like we're all used to when it comes to third-person
the analog stick, yep.
And that's a really good idea, because that way everyone can be happy. If someone wants to play it with the cinema mode, that's fine, or if you want to have more control where you like, because sometimes the cinema mode can mess you up, because sometimes it might be like behind a building and you can't really see where you're going. That was the biggest problem with Generations 1, that sometimes the camera angle would be in front of you and you wouldn't really know where you're going, and you'd run into a tank that would shoot you or something like that, and you'd lose health for no reason because you couldn't see them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I just don't like the fact that everyone's saying they want another fighting game, and they're saying that this game is dumb because they're not doing another fighting game. And you know, it's just a different kind of Godzilla game. I think it's time we have a different kind of Godzilla game, especially a more authentic simulator. It's basically a Godzilla simulator, and that's why I like it. But I wouldn't mind another Godzilla fighting game, of course. I mean, you know, we're getting Kaiju Combat, which is from the same developer, Simon Strange. He's doing Kaiju Combat. Now, we can actually talk about Kaiju Combat if you're familiar with that, Rob. But it's way more cartoony, and
yeah,
I played the alpha.
I mean it.
Wait, you played the alpha? That's right. I remember you made a video of it.
Yeah, I mean I interviewed him, and
oh yeah, that's right.
Like,
lucky.
Yeah, that game. I mean that game looks more like for the. See, the thing of it is that it's not a fighting game. You're fighting other monsters. It's not like a Street Fighter type fighting game, which is I'm happy it's not.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have something where you kind of go, what it seems to be like level to level. You level up as you progress. Which see that's the thing with me. Once you tell me a game and there's level up, I'm sold. I love progression. That's the thing.
You're an RPG guy, right?
Yeah, I'm an RPG guy, so I love leveling up and stats going up and getting stronger. I think the fighting thing is overdone. I mean, like I think that's another reason why I like the NES game so much, because it's not a fighting game; it's a progression game, and you do gain levels in that game.
Yep.
And it's hard as fuck. I mean, I was playing it last night, and I'm like dying. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot how hard this game was.
Yeah, and it's the NES one, right? Monsters.
The NES one, the old school 8-bit one. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You play as Mothra and Godzilla.
That was my first ever Let's Play, actually.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be it'll be my first Godzilla Let's Play, the NES one. So I'll be doing that one pretty soon. But Kaiju Combat. I mean that's but that's a lot of work in progress because it's pretty much him and whoever he hires for whatever specific job he needs done that he can't do himself.
Mm-hmm.
So considering it's a one-man show, essentially, it's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So,
my only problem with it is. It's basically he's still using as when I've played the alpha, I felt like I was playing Unleashed, and to me, and a lot of you guys know if you follow me on my opinions on the Godzilla games, Godzilla Unleashed I did not like. I mean it's not a terrible game, but the gameplay mechanics and the controls of that game were just god awful, and the fact that he's still using that, I guess I would say, engine of Unleashed, I'm not really into that, because you have these moon jumps and like, you know, sure, in Melee and Save the Earth, when Godzilla jumped or whenever you had to, like, he would do a leap, but it was a fast leap. It was fast paced. Unleashed is slow, and when the characters jump, it's like you're you know on the moon, and it is whoa, and it just slows the pace down. It really does, and I was actually, when I did my video of the alpha, I actually played it with one of my friends, And he's not a complete Godzilla fan. Although I'm kind of turning him. I think I'm really getting him interested in it because every time he comes over, he admires my collection and stuff.
Yeah, well, you can't not admire that. Those dolls are so well made, and they're crafted.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those figures look better than the actual suits. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, yeah, the Hedorah one is like freaking just wow. But yeah, so he's not a big monster fighting fan, and he played the Kaiju Combat game with me, and it was a good thing too because there was no single player. Like there wasn't when I played it in the alpha, there wasn't a single player. So it was a good thing that it was over, or else I wouldn't have been able to record anything. And his reaction was, yes, it's alpha, but there were things in there that even an alpha should have fixed. Like the fact that when you would blow your beam or fire or whatever, your special attack, you could do it for infinite time. That to me, that could have been fixed before I paid $5 for the game. Second thing is whenever the character fell over, he would flop around like a fish, and there was me and my friend could not figure out how to get back up, nor do like a get back up and do an attack, kind of like a sneak attack.
Right.
You couldn't figure that out because all they would do is just flop on the ground. And once again, that's something that you should fix before you start asking people to pay for it, especially in alpha. But once again, I get it that it's an alpha, but I've played alphas that are a little bit more polished than what I played with this, especially free alphas rather than paying $5 for. But I still want to support him. He is one of my favorite developers. I mean, he was the guy who gave us Destroy Monsters Melee, he is an inspiration for me wanting to be a game designer, along with other game designers. But so I'm not gonna not support it. Of course, I'm gonna buy the game when it comes out. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna do a let's play of it and stuff like that. I'm just not liking the way it looks now. And hopefully, by the time it gets more developed and polished, maybe he'll make a beta or something. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more fun, actually. So I actually haven't touched. To be honest, I haven't touched the alpha since I did that video, and that was like 2 months ago. That's how much interest I have in the game. So right now, at least. So
no, I'm the same way. I haven't touched it since that little video I did. So definitely gotta wait for it, because especially considering that to even bother to do anything in that game right now, you need 2 players, and I just I don't have like friends up here. Like all my friends are in New York, so
yeah.
But, all right, so that's that on the Godzilla game. So for those of you guys who want a fighting game, it ain't gonna happen. You still can fight other monsters.
Well, actually, there is a the page I follow, Gamoru Island, Garamaru. I should never pronounce their name. They're the ones who've been really following the game, the new PS3 game, like hardcore.
Yeah.
They posted. This is something that I actually don't agree with, because they posted a what is it called? Signatures petition to ask Bandai Namco to make a Godzilla fighting game. This I don't really agree with. Like,
yeah, I saw that.
I'm really with Gamoru Island on a lot of things, but when it came to this petition asking Bandai Namco when they're not even done with this game, that's like asking too much. I mean, we're already doing Bring It Over to America and all that stuff. I mean, they're already hearing enough of that.
I gotta say, I never heard of this community before the game came out. Like, I never heard of them. Never. Yeah. I guess they maybe weren't too big on the movie, but maybe that's a game thing. I don't know, but
I'm trying to remember how I discovered them. I think
it was because of the. I remember you paraphrasing an article that you found, and I think that's how you might have discovered them.
No, it was before
the
then.
Game.
It was before then.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that every time I see them following the game, and it's like I don't want to come off as an asshole, but but it's like, I don't know. Here's my thing. I guess I'm excited for the game. I won't pass judgment on it until I play it. That's why I'm kind of keeping, and we'll get to this later because I mentioned this in my video too, about keeping a perspective when something comes out that you're really excited about. And I let loose on the Godzilla movie because I knew hands down it was going to be probably one of the best movies compared to other Godzilla movies, especially the '98 one. So that was a little bit more comfortable. I think with this game, the reason I'm, obviously I'm keeping things in perspective because, the biggest disappointment would be if the game is bad. And
Yeah.
I think when I see this guy, or these people, I should say, really amping it and hyping it and this and that's great. But I'm wondering, okay, and then now, and like you said, the petition. When I saw the petition, I'm like, all right, look,
Yeah,
can we
that was
relax? Like that's what
yeah.
was my first reaction. I'm like, can we just calm down? Like, are we really that? Is it that's you haven't even played the new one yet?
Yeah.
And the scary thing is that it could still be a bad game.
I know.
That's the scary
Yeah.
part. And that's why, like, I'm very kind of, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play it. I mean, there's parts of my head I'm like, damn, I can't wait to fucking play this game. But I'm like, all right, let's be easy here, because I knew the movie I felt confident about. The games are always hit and miss, no matter what. Plus, I was a bigger advocate on the movie because to me, a movie just has a little bit more of a lasting appeal. Where like a game, no matter how much we love it, like I love Final Fantasy VII. I haven't played Final Fantasy VII in like 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, where I can see a movie that came out 10 years ago and it'll still, like Shawshank Redemption. That's a movie that I actually pop in on a regular basis, like at least once every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
But that movie came out in the 90s. So that's why when it comes to movies, I'm more like, yeah, go. And games, I'm like, okay, it could be a hit or miss. It
Yeah.
could be good, but it could suck.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks good though.
It does.
It looks really good.
The demo footage that was shown at Tokyo Game Show kind of really showed me that I think it's going to at least be a competent game. I mean, I also, especially with video games, because I'm more of a, it's kind of opposite. Like with the movie, with the new Godzilla movie, I was actually very low expectation. I was like, I kind of looked at the movie as a test. I kind of, in some aspects, I kind of didn't really look at the movie as, ooh, I can't wait to see it. I kind of looked at it as just an object to make Godzilla famous again, or at least in America. And but with this game, I'm super excited. It's just probably because I remember even back when Unleashed came out, and this is the problem. Like when you're talking about getting overexcited for a game, and we'll get to that when we talk about Destiny.
Oh yeah.
I was so. I remember following Godzilla Unleashed a year before it came out. They had the same thing that's happening with this game. They had a website. Every day or every week or every month they would update it with new characters or whatever. And I remember watching the first trailer, and my mind just I was like, oh my god, because I was already playing Destroy All Monsters Melee and Save the Earth, and the fact that this game was coming out from the same developers and it was basically the third game in the fighting series, I just got so amped up for it. And then the game came out, and then I played it, and I'm like,
yeah.
huh.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. So this Godzilla game, especially after Destiny, and some other games. There's been other games that I've been hyped up about, and that they kind of they fall short. I'm still keeping my expectation, because like a lot of people, they're saying, oh, this game will come out in America, or oh, it'll have multiplayer, it'll have online multiplayer, oh, it'll come out for PS4, it'll have revamped graphics, like all that kind of stuff. I don't really think about that. I just want the game to be good. Just like, if here's the thing, if it plays like Godzilla Generations, but with modern game controls and just slight better graphics and all that stuff, I'm good, because I enjoy Generations, and that was 1998 on the Dreamcast, and that game had the worst controls, and the graphics were, well, Dreamcast, and
Yeah.
it wasn't super amazing, but I loved it. I don't know why, I really digged it. So this game, to me at least, I bet it will do well. Now, to any mainstream gamer, I highly doubt they're going to think this is a good game. That's just how it is. I think even when you go, I think the only Godzilla game that actually you could go up to a mainstream gamer and they would play it and they'd actually say this is a really good game was Destroy All Monsters Melee and Save the Earth. Those are the only games that I can think of that mainstream gamers actually liked. But this game, I'm not even holding my breath. Like that's why I'm saying it might come out in America. But then again, I mean, if it does, It's not going to make a lot. It's you know it won't even. I think it won't even make enough that or as much as Unleashed did. Or Destroy Monsters and Save the Earth, because I think Save the Earth made more money though because that was the 50th anniversary. Maybe that might help this game because this is the 60th anniversary game.
I think this game will get a boost from what happened this year. Definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still. I mean, it's still somewhat relevant. You know, it's not hot on fire like it was before the movie came out, but it's still relevant.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
when I still see bullshit stories going up on the internet, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yeah. But you know, it's just that difference between it's a Japanese game and there's no advertisements in America. So I mean, if you're a mainstream goer, you know Godzilla's around because of the movie, but you don't know that there's a video game coming out. There's no way you could figure that out unless you're like on the internet, like all of us are, just constantly looking at it. So I just want the game to be good, and if it comes out in America, I'll buy it again. I'll buy the English version, because at least then I'll be able to read it and understand what they're saying. Because I bet there's a campaign. Because that demo, there was like Commander talking to you and stuff like that. So there's got to be some kind of.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's a campaign. It looks like a very much like a campaign type of game.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's all up in the air, and I'm definitely, trying to contain my excitement for it, but I'm still it's just nice to know there's another Godzilla game coming out that's not Smash 3.
Yeah.
Oh, if you guys know how much that game pisses me off. Oh my god,
Well, you know what? Hold on. At least when it came out, you expressed right away your displeasure.
Yeah.
I found it funny that people were sucking, and I'm going to say it just like this. People were sucking that game's dick, and when this new game got announced, suddenly that game sucks. I was like, you motherfucking, I mean, really?
Yeah.
Really? Suddenly the game is not bad because there's a new game coming out?
Yeah, and it's, God, I don't want to go on a rant, because I know I'll do a Goji rant about that freaking dick design piece of DLC horseshit, but yeah, that game is terrible. Don't buy it. It's free, but
it's free. Yeah, just don't buy the add-on.
Worth your memory. I've deleted it from my phone completely. I got up to I don't know. I probably defeated a Muto boss once, and then it just got to the point where I was like, nope, done with this game. I'm done. Screw it. And it's like, I mean, I'd even play the little browser game the Strike Zone, whatever, that first person thing, like that, and that was like what, 15 minutes of a game?
Yeah, it was 15 minutes.
So, yeah, but so yeah, that's I think all I need to say about that Smash 3 piece of shit. But I'll even go to say. Was it Super Godzilla was a game that I said was before I played Smash 3, and now Smash 3 is, in my opinion, the worst. Actually, no, I would play Godzilla 2 War of the Monsters on NES.
Oh
I would
God.
I would enjoy playing that more than I would Smash 3.
That's bad. That's a bad one.
It is bad, but not as bad as Smash 3.
Yeah. So,
but yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on now to Destiny. We're going to talk some Destiny now. You guys, I know a lot of you guys saw the 16-minute, yeah.
Proof that I do play it.
Yep, Gojifan plays Destiny. So I had a video put up the other day, which is probably one of the longest videos I've had in a long time. Most of my videos now are like under 10 minutes. I gotta keep them short. And here's the thing. It's very frustrating to read all these people hammering this game when the people hammering the game are the people who cause the hype.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people who cause the hype, and because they overhyped the game, disappointed because it did not turn out to what they expected in their mind, which in the video I echoed how once you start thinking of a game and you start picturing a game because you let your excitement get the best of you, and this goes for anything, your imagination is always going to beat the creator, period. Your imagination is always going to win. So once you have that picture in your mind and then you get the actual product, you're never going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I have fun with the game. I
Yep.
really do. Now, how far have you gotten so far in the game?
I'm up to level 21, and I beat the campaign, lack thereof.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to level 21, and I cannot freaking randomized loot shit is not giving me the shit I need to upgrade with light points. But we'll get into that when, because I got really confused. If it wasn't for my friend that I'm playing with right now, I would have no idea how to get past level 20. But so yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, your video. That's what sparked this whole actually live stream, because it was very, like, you thought it out pretty well about, you know, giving the game a break. It was probably one of the few videos that I've seen where Destiny gets a break. You know, but then again, you're not like complete. You know, you're not on the other side where like this game's amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
all the way.
I'm not. Yeah, it's because it's got issues. It does.
Yeah, it definitely does actually.
Yeah, it's got issues. There's no doubt about that. But I think, see, because I've been playing so long, it's just funny how things. I mean, things have so much. So when I was growing up, I mean, a lot of the games when I was growing up were glitchy as shit. I mean, like I'm talking about like flashes on the screen, choppiness, falling through. I mean, just a bunch of shit. And every time, but you threw that because the game was fun. You didn't even think to get annoyed by that because the game was fun. And I guess what confused me about this is that here I am reading all these reviews and watching all these reviews on YouTube of people destroying this game only to say at the end of the review that it's fun.
Yes.
That's what, and to me it's like, huh? You hate the game, but you like it? Not sure if serious? You know, like that's like you can see a meme, and yeah, I mean, I think the benefit of the game is if you have people to play with, I think that's probably its biggest.
Yes.
That's like its biggest strength is playing with other people.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a difference. And but I mean, you're right. With every review that I've seen, they do say what they say, but everyone said the same thing, that the gameplay, the essential mechanics are fun and addicting, and that's exactly the way I feel. It's, you know, and so I guess backstory that I'm a huge Bungie fan. I've been playing the Halo games probably. Oh god, I mean, I don't even remember when I got my original Xbox. It was so long ago. But I actually played Halo 2 as my first Bungie game, and then I realized there was Halo 1, so I played that. Then played Halo 2. Was super excited for Halo 3. Played Halo 3. Then Halo Wars came out. That was a piece of shit because that RTS trying to change up everything. I didn't care for that.
Yeah.
And then ODST came out, which was a disappointment, but the thing I liked, if you guys played ODST, the atmosphere and the music was phenomenal of it. But that was really the only thing good about it. Then Halo Reach, which was hyped, was really good. And then we got Halo 4, which after Halo 3, though, for me, I kind of fell off the Halo bandwagon. I'm not as much of a Halo fan as I used to be, because I don't really care about this new trilogy, because it seems like, well, no, it's not that they seem like it. They are milking it to where they're adding story elements to it that was not part of the original plan made by Bungie, and also the fact that Microsoft got rid of them, and now 343's head of Halo, and I kind of have my disagreements with that whole controversy between Bungie and Microsoft. But now that they're doing Destiny, I got caught up in that hype because people were like, "Oh, this game's made by Bungie," and it was funny. I was actually, if you guys watch Angry Joe on YouTube, I watched his Destiny review, and he brought up a good point. He's like, okay, so when people in their reviews brought up that Kane and Lynch had a terrible ending, and Alien Colonial Marines had a terrible ending where it just kind of stopped and whatever, but because Destiny was made by Bungie, they're just going to sweep it under the rug, and they're just not going to say, it's like, oh no, it's good because it's Bungie. A lot of the hype was because it was just Bungie. Off the name alone, that's why the game was popular, because everyone remembered that Bungie was this. I mean, they were basically Halo was in its prime, especially like in the Halo 2 days. I mean, it was like Bungie. They were like the god of video games. You know, they knew what to make and all that stuff. So that's why Destiny, I think, was, you know, super overhyped. And also people, like, I actually don't understand where all the hype really came from. I know Bungie said themselves, like, they were also kind of proud of themselves for this game, but it was also the people. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, what was that hype? Like, what were they saying? Like, people were saying, like, oh, this game's gonna revolutionize MMO multiplayer first-person shooters or something like that. I don't even know where it started, really. But
that's what I mean. Like, some people get so overdramatic about things. It's like, because I remember when I first saw the footage of it was obviously the year before, like during the whole announcement of the PS4 and the Xbox and all this and all that. And at some point they were showing games and they showed Destiny, and even though it's a beautiful game, there's no doubt about it. It's a beautiful game.
More for you though. I gotta talk about that too. More for you though.
I'm not very picky about my graphics. I gotta be honest.
I'm not neither, but I'll get to that. But
that's the thing. Like, I don't understand where the people came out with it's a revolution. You can't. I don't think you can revolutionize gaming anymore. I think what you see is what you get.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I think the problem now is that there's no leap anymore. You know what I mean? There's just not a big leap from one generation to the next.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when you went from the NES to the Super NES, that was a jump. When you went to the Super NES to the Nintendo 64, that was a jump. Mm-hmm. When you got Sony PlayStation, the first one, that was a leap. And then you went to the PS2, which I still think to this day is probably one of the best consoles ever made.
It is.
And then you go from even the PS2 to the 3, which was a setback. But if you look at all these consoles coming out over the years, the more the years go on, the less and less the gaps. Yeah. You know, like the gap closes on how much of a graphic leap it is.
I can't even tell the difference with this current generation of consoles with the last.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very slight difference. You would have to literally see it side by side to see the difference. Which back in the day, that wasn't the case. You could clearly see the minute you turn the game on. Oh shit! Now it's not the case anymore. I don't, unless they make consoles that are going to be 4K. I don't even know if they're going to do that, because then how much are those going to cost?
Oh, you might as well just continue with PC gaming. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's the problem with these consoles is if it wasn't for their exclusives, I feel consoles would be obsolete completely, and everyone would be on PC.
Some people like the convenience of a console, but I always find it funny when the PC console arguments come, because there's really no argument. I mean, come on, look.
Yeah, the thing is, it used to be convenient, but now you got your old game pads that can hook up to your computer. You got your couch with your big TV, HDMI plug-in with your computer. There, like in the back of my computer, I have an HDMI to my graphics card that can go right into a TV. You basically have your console, but it's way more powerful, and you have the internet and all that stuff on it. So consoles used to be, I mean, I used to be a huge console guy. Like, my friend would continue to try and convince me to go to PC, and I'd be like, no, it's too confusing. You got these, installing the game, and just never liked it. But and I was full on console. But nowadays, when you got the gamepad, you can sit back, you can basically have the console experience on a PC. What's the point of a console anymore? But the only thing that the reason they're still alive is because of mainstream. I think it's just mainstream casual gamers, and also the fact that exclusives. For instance, I'm getting an Xbox One just on the sole fact of the Master Chief Collection. That's the only reason, because I can't get it on PC.
And that's the reason why I haven't bought an Xbox One yet, because literally every game that's announced for them is coming to PC. Almost every game.
Pretty much.
Except that one, and I'm not a Halo fan, so
you have no reason. Yeah, you have no reason to get it. Yeah, and that's why I'm not. Like, I was so with the PS4, but now I've changed because the PS4 doesn't have anything. There's nothing on the PS4 right now. I mean, some people bought a PS4. I mean, I don't think you did, but some people solely bought a PS4 for Destiny because they thought Destiny was like in cahoots with with Sony or whatever. But when it's on every other platform, there you go.
The only thing Sony had with Destiny was a timed exclusive expansion.
Kind of like Call of Duty with Xbox. They have
Yeah,
their
which I think
deals.
they have till like next year, and
Yeah.
then like so.
Yep.
But yeah. So tell me about the Destiny graphics. You were gonna say something about that.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So I'm not a graphics whore. Just to put that out there. For instance, I play old games all the time. I'm a retro gamer. I'm back in the Xbox, PS2, and GameCube days. I'll never leave those. That's my like. Oh, those were the best years. But something I'm a little bit disappointed is that the graphics with the PS3 version of Destiny. And I was watching your stream when you were playing Destiny, and I was looking. I'm like, oh my god, this looks amazing. And when I played the beta of Destiny and I saw what it looked like on the PS3, I was like, okay, well, there's no anti-aliasing. And if you guys don't know what anti-aliasing is, it's basically edges get more defined, so it looks more crystal clear. And if you don't have anti-aliasing, everything looks muddy and kind of washed out. The textures look like clay. It really it makes a big difference. And sometimes it can affect gameplay, which actually happened in Destiny. So the PS4 or PS3 version of Destiny does not have anti-aliasing at all, and if you were to put it on a PC, I guess the PS3 version would be a set to medium graphics quality. Yeah, after seeing your Twitch, I was like, and then I was playing the PS3 version, I was like, holy shit, this game looks terrible compared to the PS4 and Xbox One versions. But then again, it completely ruined the experience for me because I still have fun with the game. But the anti-aliasing is non-existent, and the graphics are so muddy. It's just like, and sometimes it actually affected my gameplay because out in the distance I couldn't see if that was an enemy or a rock because the textures and the models would just blend in because there was no definition of the characters. But then again, it's not, like I said, a game. I mean, if I was a graphics whore, I would have put the disc in, seen it for 5 seconds, and put it out and sold it. I mean, I wouldn't have continued playing it for as long as I have, especially at level 21, which takes forever to get to. But so that was just one thing I wanted to say. So if you want to buy the PS3 or Xbox 360 version, be prepared to have muddy visuals. That's the one downfall of the last gen version of Destiny. But if you're not that crazy on graphics, shouldn't affect you like it did me. A little annoyance, but it's not a game breaker or anything like that. So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I pretty much play with Nathan and Rob Taylor from the Nation. Those are like that. It's like we got our own little 3-man crew going, and we've pretty much run, I think, every damn zone with the exception of Vault of Glass, which is a 6-man raid, which is the only thing we really have left to do. And I think we've gotten Rob Taylor's 28. I'm 26. Nathan, did you hit 26 yet? I know he's on the chat, so.
Must have been getting good loot. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is that there's the Queen missions right now, and that's a guaranteed legendary when you beat it. So it's just a matter of getting enough. It's just a matter of what. It's a random. So if you do Queen missions like 3 or 4 times, there's always a chance that you might get the same chest piece 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I've gotten a chest piece from her, and I've gotten a headpiece, and that's it.
Well,
I got my first Vanguard armor from doing bounties Tuesday. I bought it for 65 Vanguard points and 65 marks. So.
Yeah, I've ran into the problem of doing a strike mission with one of my friends, and we the friend that I've been playing this with, and it takes us like an hour maybe to beat, because strikes are. I mean, what's ironic is though it's actually strikes are my favorite part of the game because it has the co-op element where you have 2 other people that can help you. And even though the bosses are the same, repetitive, and they're just bullet sponges, but there is that fun, addictive factor of getting with your friends and saying like, oh, okay, I'm over here, or you flank them, or blah blah blah. But we would finish a mission, and sometimes I wouldn't even get anything. I'd be like, wow, Destiny, thanks. I just wasted an hour, and it's nothing. I have nothing to show for it, anything like that. And it's a big problem with that randomized loot. they needed to at least. I wish they could have at least done something to where it kind of can like you're guaranteed to at least get higher loot, because sometimes you could be like a level 28 and get a gun that you got when you were level 2. I mean, it's like, come on, it's that's a little bit of the problems with it.
Yeah, but that depends on what missions. If you're doing like the story mode missions, you're gonna get those low level pieces. Because outside of those missions, anything that drops scales up to your level. So I think what you might want to try doing is do your bounties.
Yeah, I've been doing those. Yeah.
Vanguard marks. That's a big deal. Get those Vanguard marks, and you got 3 days left to do Queen missions. I think you're 21. You should be able to do them.
Were those okay? The Queen missions are. There's still a shit ton that I need to learn about this game, because for me, like I'm not that big into RPG games. Like I played Elder Scrolls. I played Fallout. But those are like the extent of my RPG-ness, I guess. Mostly I like games where you just go in, you blow shit up. I'm kind of a simple gamer with that. So there's actually a lot in Destiny that I'm still kind of like learning. I'm like, because especially when it came to after level 20, and I was talking to my friend, I'm like, dude, I don't even know how. Like, I don't even see my bar anymore. Like it like when you hit level 20, they don't show your progress bar, and then you have to get the light armor, or you have to get the light grade or whatever that's in the armor to level up. And it took me literally the whole night talking to my friend on figuring out how the heck you level up, because the game doesn't explain it for you. And I went on the Wikipedia and all that stuff, and even the internet still was kind of making it confusing. So I'm just like, I have no clue on how to level up now. This game completely like turned on, because I'm when you play Elder Scrolls or Fallout, when you do stuff, you will level up. It doesn't matter what. You just continue doing it and you'll level up. So this game, it actually stops you at a point, and you're like, now you got to do this, and the Bungie came out with a statement saying that after level 20, that's when the game really gets going. That whole thing is a bunch of horseshit. Like, that is a blatant lie. Like, all you're doing, like, I know the game's fun, but all you're doing after level 20 is more grinding of the same missions you've already done, and then you get weekly missions of the strikes and the queen missions. You can vary it up a little bit, but you're still fighting the same enemies, the same bosses, just trying to get better loot. So I think Bungie got it backwards, because for me, at least, level 1 to 20 was the fun experience, and after it becomes this like, okay, like the momentum of the game just stops. I mean, it's like you hit a wall and you're like, okay, now I got to completely 180 and figure out now how I got to do stuff. But I still have fun with it. There's some kind of addictive factor to this game, and also probably because I like the Halo games, because the game feels like a Halo. Honestly, this game is basically Halo as an MMO or MMO elements and RPG elements. That's basically what it is. It's so funny how Bungie cannot get loose. Like, they can't change from the art style of what Halo was, because Destiny looks. It is Halo, just not Halo in a way. I don't know how else to say it, but like even the Ghost, your little helper guy, that's Cortana. The character you play as, he has kind of a stoic, like, he's just kind of doesn't talk much, he's like, oh, I'm thrown into the back. That's Master Chief. The Traveler thing, the big planet that did all this stuff for humanity. It reminds me of the ancient Prometheans in Halo, like the backstory of helping humanity and all that stuff. And then you got the Fallen, the aliens, basically the Covenant from Halo. I mean, there's so many similarities.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see those similarities. I think I might have Halo once or twice. In fact, I still have Halo 2 for the Xbox. And yeah, like I forgot how I got that. I think, okay, so my younger sister had an Xbox, and she got rid of it, and she had that, and she gave it to me because, I forgot why. And I just had it there. Oh, because I had a 360, so I guess I could still play it.
Yeah.
And I remember trying to play it, and I was like, I don't want to play this shit. I just didn't like it. But yeah, I mean, it's just how it is. Yep.
So, but yeah, at the end of the day, Destiny it's fun, and I guess when it comes to the multiplayer side of it, the PvP Crucible side of it, that's solid. There's nothing really wrong with the PvP. It literally feels like a normal first-person shooter multiplayer section of the game. There's literally I think that's what everyone, when they review the game, that's the part that they always give basically a good score, because that's like the only. I mean, that's solid. Like, that multiplayer, it's solid. I feel like I'm playing Halo multiplayer when I'm playing it. I'm sorry I keep on bringing comparisons to Halo, but it's hard not to. When
But you're not doing wrong. A lot of people have been doing that, and it's not a bad comparison to make.
Yeah, when you've played Halo for as long as I have, it's so hard to not make a comparison to it. But it also feels like a Halo game, the stylistically wise, but then Call of Duty gameplay wise, as in fast-paced gunplay, I would say. And even though I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, I will say that Call of Duty has perfected controls. I mean, if you've played any Call of Duty game, whether it's on PC with the keyboard and mouse or a controller, those controls are slick. They are 100% precise, and it feels good when you shoot a guy in Call of Duty. And then a little bit of Borderlands mixed in with that, and that's the whole RPG element with the loot system and all that stuff. It just kind of feels like all those games combined into one, and then you have Destiny. It has this shallow, hollow feel to it, though. Like Borderlands it had more soul than Destiny did. Like Borderlands seemed to be more focused. And I wonder what Destiny would have been like if Bungie would have kept with their traditional storytelling, campaign-wise, like Halo was. Like, I wonder if Destiny would have been a little bit better. And I guess we can talk about the campaign and the lack thereof with any explanation to what is going on in this universe. I mean, they don't.
I have no idea. I never paid attention from the only part of the story I remember is getting up. After that was it. I stopped paying attention.
Pretty much. I mean, you've been dead for a while. Why? You're like, here's the Traveler. He's done all this. Why? Where did it come from? Where are these aliens? Why am I shooting these guys? Why do I care about what I'm doing? And your character, it's so funny how he just doesn't even faze him that he's been dead and he's been revived. He's just like, all right, I'll just go with it. I got to shoot these guys. All right, cool, let's do it. It's like there's just so many, and then they introduce. Was that the Queen in that cutscene with her brother? That one.
Yes, that's the Queen. Yep.
Yeah, they introduce those characters, and then they don't even like. They just you walk away and you don't even see them for the rest of the game, and then that one girl that follows you or that kind of stalks you, and then she's like, oh, I don't have time to talk about it, and then like at the end of the game, she just walks away, like she just disintegrates in the air, and she's like, well, what does she say? Some kind of cliffhanger thing. She's like, this is just the beginning, and then she just leaves, and you're like, of what? I don't even know what you. Oh yeah, they can't and I'm big on story when it comes to video games. God of War is my all-time favorite video game franchise, and not only do I like it for the gameplay, because story doesn't make a game. Like you gotta have good gameplay. To have a good game, but story can really enhance it. And God of War, that story, man, was just, whew, if you ever played the God of War games, you have to. I mean, they are amazing at what they do. And so it kind of really annoyed me that, especially coming from Bungie, that made Halo with this fantastic storyline, all they do was, I think Rob died. Rob, Well. It's unexpected. Rob, did you die? Uh-oh. Did he die? I'm trying to look at the feedback. Yeah, it said that he left the chat. Shit. And I can't invite him back because he was the. Okay. Did he send me a? Left. Okay, maybe. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Because Rob left. Well, this is awkward. How are you guys? Oh, error shut me. Oh, Rob says, I told him, you left. And Rob said, no, error shut me down. He's like, are you still on? I'm like, yeah, I'm having to. Okay. Let's see if I can get him back in here. Send. All right, he should be back. I like that. Jacob Neal, awkward moment commencing now. Yes, definitely. Definitely awkward moment. Well, just look at the figures. Take your mind out there. Just admire those. So he should be back. I sent him the link. Hopefully he'll be back. Rob. There we go.
There we go. Sorry about that little malfunction there. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. All right.
That was good. So I don't remember where I was what I was talking about. We were talking about story, right?
Yeah, story and how it gameplay also makes a game good. This was the last thing I called before I got cut off.
Yeah. So we're actually getting a question. Noah Gillen, he's asking if I ever played Far Cry. Yes, I played Far Cry 1, 2, and 3. I didn't play all the way through Far Cry 2 because I didn't like it. But Far Cry 1 was awesome, and I also played the Far Cry Predator Instincts games. They were I guess they were spin-offs or something, but those were really fun. And Far Cry 3 is the best out of all of them. I love Far Cry 3. Have you played Far Cry 3, Rob?
Haven't played any of the Far Cries ever.
You are missing out.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can always check them out. It's never too late.
Especially Far Cry 3. Definitely play Far Cry 3. And if you can, I haven't played it yet, but I really want to. There's an add-on or an expansion pack for it that's called you guys know what it's called. I don't. It's like the futuristic war kind of add-on that uses Far Cry 3. You say in the chat. You guys know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of the name for it. But all right. Well, I think I don't know. Have we talked enough about Destiny? Have we beat it enough?
Yeah, actually, before the next topic, I wanted to say, I know a lot of you guys are complaining about some of the trolls in the comment section. I can't actually boot them myself. You guys have to block them on your own. I've already blocked them. So if they're annoying you, just right-click on them or hit the flag and just hit block, and you won't be able to see their posts anymore.
The Meta 88 says some RPG elements, leveling up elements that you would like.
Okay. All right. So then I'm
Dragon.
going to check it out.
That's the game. Thank you, Robert Newton. Blood Dragon. That's the add-on.
Actually, I've seen that one. It's got a very weird scenery to it.
Yeah, it's all like neon lights, very vibrant. I like it. I think the style is so cool. But yeah.
All right, and then actually, you know what? Let's address some questions real quick before we're gonna talk about Alien Isolation, guys. I know. Look, one thing at a time, peeps. Okay, because I see people repeating the same shit over and over. I see it. I see the comments. And believe me, I'm going to talk about it because I'm very excited. I'm going to pick it up next week myself. I'm hoping to get it Tuesday when it comes out, but if I don't have time, I might have to wait till Friday. So, but anyway, so before we move on to Alien Isolation, let's answer some questions because I know there have been questions here for a while. So,
real quick, what console are you going to get it for?
Probably it's out for the PC.
Yeah.
So I gotta say I might get it for the PC.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it on PC.
Because I got Shadows of Mordor for the PC, which I'm really enjoying that game right now.
Yeah, I've seen it. I saw a gameplay of it, and it looks interesting.
Have you guys ever played Dead Island Riptide? It's awesome. Never played it.
I actually have. I played the first Dead Island for a little bit. It once again overhyped. That game fell short because of what trailer they showed, that very dramatic trailer. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I played a little bit. Not the second one, though.
Yeah. Rob, what are your favorite Nintendo games? I thought I just made a list of that. I did a top... Well, to give you an idea, the last 2 top 5 videos I've made pretty much list my favorite Nintendo games. Dragon Warrior, Zelda, Mega Man, Mega Man 2. Those are amongst my favorites.
I don't know how you play those games. Are so fucking hard.
That's the era I grew up in, man. That's O2. Mike Tyson Punch Out. That's another one of my favorites.
Yeah. I tried to play Like, I tried to play all the Mega Man games. The only Mega Man game I beat was Man, Mega Man Zero on the Super Nintendo.
Okay, yeah.
I played it with a friend, and he helped me beat it. So, yeah. But definitely, freaking Mega Man 1 was I can't even, I don't know how you beat. I don't know how you do it. You 80s gamers. Gosh, I
Those games were tough, man. Hey,
They were.
like I told you, I was playing Godzilla for the NES last night, and I'm sitting there like, God fucking damn, I'm like cursing. I'm like, all right, I gotta stop playing, otherwise I'm gonna.
I'm actually amazed that I beat Super Godzilla.
Oh,
That was I actually
I heard
managed.
that's a tough one.
That was. Oof.
Rob, did you ever play Atari? Yeah, when I was very young. Mr. Triangle World. Goji, anything to say about Gamera 2015?
Nope.
Rob, how hype are you for Bloodborne? And have you seen any of the alpha footage? It's fucking awesome. Bloodborne, I'm super excited for. Actually, here is a little, and you guys probably see this soon because this is another game I don't say I'll do a let's play on it, but I might use it for some game footage on a discussion video about gaming. Kingsfield. Kingsfield is an old PlayStation RPG, first person. Kingsfield 1, Kingsfield, I think there was 4 of them. It's one of my favorite RPG series from the PlayStation. A very hard game, made by From Software, the same people who make Dark Souls, Demon Souls, and now Bloodborne. So, I'm definitely excited. I'm still excited for, God, what's the word I'm looking for now? It escapes my mind. The Order. That game to me still looks cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to play that. That was another one I'm pretty excited for. Keeping it in perspective, but I'm excited for it.
You can be excited. It's all right.
Yeah. Gojifan1993. Did you ever play Land of the Dead Road?
Oh my God, my favorite zombie game of all time, hands down. Favorite zombie game all time. Enough said. Oh, I love it. That was just awesome.
Hard games, Ghosts and Goblins, man. That game when I was a kid, man, used to keep me up for hours until I finally mastered it and beat it. And I have that game too. I can't wait to play it again.
I'm sorry, but fuck Zelda 2. Hate that.
That game is hard too. That's another hard one.
I hate it. I'm sorry.
I kind of like that. Look at Robin doing. Oh my God, Kingsfield. Yes. When you think Dark Souls, think Kingsfield because the Kingsfield was hard too. That was another hard RPG. So, Goji, do you not know how difficult that is on an emulator for a Samsung G2? I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, emulators, playing games on your phones. It's like you can get emulators on your phone. He's probably talking about maybe Mega Man. I don't know why you would play an emulator on your phone. I don't know. I don't see how that really can work, but
yeah. Socially Awkward Monster of Monsters. Yeah, I think that's what the NES Godzilla is called. Monster of Monsters.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's a bitch.
Godzilla Mom. Pretty much. It is hard, but for me, I liked playing as Mothra at first, but then towards the end of my game, when I did the Let's Play, I actually preferred playing as Godzilla. I don't know why. The boss fights were the funnest thing of that game. I loved fighting the bosses.
Yeah, it's getting to the bosses. It's not the bosses that really kick your ass. It's getting to them that's a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. Robin Goji, what's your favorite video games of all time? I can't answer that.
God of War and Metroid.
Yeah, God of War definitely is up there. Oh man, I have too many games that I hold in high, like the elites. I can't. That's too much. I would need to do a top 100 video for that.
Oh, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? When Rareware was good on the N64. Some of you know what I'm talking about. I know some of you know what I'm talking about.
I was talking about Super Godzilla. Oh, yeah, Super Godzilla. I was watching Chris's video of that, and I don't think I'm gonna play that. It just doesn't look like the kind of game I like.
Don't. It's No, it's hard. You're gonna. I rage quit at first. That was one of it. That was actually like I think my third Let's Play, but I rage quit and then I came back to it to do it. I did a stream of it, and it took me 2 hours and 30 something minutes to beat the whole game. But like don't play it. Don't suffer. Don't go through that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, and I am getting Dragon Age Inquisition. That's another one. Skyrim, I did play and beat. And I played and beat Morrowind and Oblivion after that. There's Skyrim, the Oblivion, and then, I'm going in order backwards, but...
Hey, Metroid Other M was not shit.
I don't know, I liked it. That kind of brought me back to like an old school...
Wait, you played Metroid Other M?
Yeah, I played it when I had my Wii a while ago when it first came out.
Oh my god, okay. It's not that bad, right?
It's not. I didn't see a problem with it.
I don't know why everyone's it. Okay, sure. The whole thing where you stand still.
Like the old school Metroid, only enhanced. That's what I thought of it.
Yeah, the game, like the third person running around shooting things, like that's like that was the best. Yeah.
Gojifan, have you ever played Conker's Live and Reload? Robin, Chris, what's?
Yeah, that's Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's a remake on the Xbox, but it's all the same. It's all the same game.
Robin Goji, what's your worst nightmare for gaming? What?
Worst? I don't know what it is.
Oh, worst nightmare for gaming. Worst nightmare. Oh my God. God. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES, and Lion King. Lion King, I think for the Super NES, was it? Believe it or not, those are some fucking hard games, man. Oh my God, I used to get so pissed.
I don't know. I know I've played a lot of hard games, but I can't think of off the top of my head. I can't think of a game that Godzilla 2: War of the Monsters on the NES. The game was terrible. Smash 3. There we go. That's my nightmare.
Rob, did you notice the Super X in the game? Yeah, I actually noticed it when I was a kid. So, when it first came out, yeah, it kind of hovers around and makes a turn, and yeah, they also have the Zillions spaceship in there, which is pretty cool.
Huh?
I heard other M supposedly destroyed.
Yes, yeah. It's because Samus talked, and she was a little bit of a whiner, and it kind of did take away of her badass character. But I don't know. I mean, like I say, I play. Yeah, the story was bad, but because the gameplay was good, that's why I like it. So.
Earth Defense Force series. Have we ever played a game from them? I don't think I have.
Yes, Earth Defense Force for the win. I've played all the main series ones, and they're actually coming out with an expansion on Earth Defense Force 4, which is also known as 2025, and they're coming out with 4.1, and basically you're going to be able to fight giant monsters, and you're going to be able to be in, well, basically Jaegers, like big robots, and be able to fight them, and like that's like the best thing. But right now it's only in Japan. Don't even whine. Don't start. Now, I know for a fact it will come out in America because now every Earth Defense Force does come out in America because now they have a fan base in America ever since Earth Defense Force 2017 that came out in 2007 on the Xbox 360. So don't worry your little pretty faces. Earth Defense Force 4.1 will come out in America eventually.
So, Robin, Chris, what's your thoughts on Aliens? I guess you're talking about the movie, the sequel. I love Aliens, the sequel, or Aliens, I should say. It's not really called Aliens, the sequel, but
basically it's basically the thing that inspired every other sci-fi thing to come out.
Yeah, and I would say that's where the awesomeness of the Xenomorph stopped. From there on, it was pretty bad.
You mean like when they got to Alien 3?
Oh yeah, the dog. Yeah. What do you guys think about Xenoblade Chronicles X? You know what? That game, unfortunately, and I did have it for the Wii for a long time, and I'm probably gonna repurchase it when they do the upgraded version for the Wii U. But I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to play it. That game is so immersive and has so many dimensions, and it just has so much to do and so many side quests. I just don't have quite the time to play that. Like that's like a 150-hour game investment.
I have no idea what that franchise is. So
Yeah, it's on the Wii, right? Well, it's coming out for the Wii U. Like they're redoing it. They're updating the game for the Wii U. But it was a Wii.
oh,
It was a Nintendo Wii RPG game.
oh okay.
Uh,
One of those Japanese RPG games.
yep, JRPG.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are out of my realm. I don't even.
Oh, about just the alien itself? Yeah, it's a cool design. I mean,
yeah.
the original, not all the crazy shit that came after, like the dog alien and all that shit. But my favorite design is the one. Probably was the one from the first movie. Even though I like the second movie more, I like the design from the first movie better.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of like Godzilla suits if you think about it. It's basically the same design, but it's just varied throughout.
Yeah, variations. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Godzilla
Boom,
2018's Rodan concept art? I don't think that's legit, dude. Yeah, I don't think that's legit. Somebody was asking about what we thought about Godzilla 2018's Rodan concept art, and I don't think.
Oh no, that's fan art on DeviantArt.
Yeah, if it's the one that he looks undead.
Right. Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna be getting any info on that movie for a long time.
Yeah.
Don't even start.
And that's why I'm doing like the March of the King once a week. That's like the Godzilla outlet. That's like the moment. Once I do that video and I post it, and you guys make comments, and that's it. Like,
I personally, I don't want to hear anything because I'm still recovering from all the shit that went on with this 2014. I'm not even ready to be discussing the next one.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's really just like I do that video once a week, and it's really just general stuff. But in terms of the actual movie itself, there's really nothing. There's nothing.
There's zero.
And in fact, and I know that some of you guys are still thirsty for that, because if you go on the Nation page, there's still people speculating about the first movie, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because like every fucking question is answered. What else is there to speculate on? Everything you need to know is right there in front of you.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Let's not get overhyped. Perspective.
Well, my thing is just enjoy what you guys have now. My goodness, I mean,
you got the movie at home. Beast on that shit for like 100 million times. Yeah, and let's. There are other things. The game's coming out. I mean, that's
that's the next thing.
That's the next thing, and we'll see how that works out. I'm looking forward to that.
And if it sucks, then I'm gonna go kill myself. So,
Rob Goji, what's your favorite puzzle game? Oh, I have a couple. Of them. I do like Tetris, but you know what? I don't know if you ever played. I don't know if you were into fighting games. Pocket Fighter. It was like the little miniature Street Fighters with the big heads.
No, but I did play Mortal Kombat Tetris. It's basically.
Oh, right. Okay, yep.
Yeah, it was in Mortal Kombat Deception, and it was like a little fun mini game. So, yeah. I mean, I like puzzle games. I mean, they're not like. For me, they're just a pastime. You know, I mean, I don't really.
I'm sorry, not Pocket Fighter, Puzzle Fighter. I meant not Pocket Fighter.
Puzzle Fighter. Yeah, I haven't played that, but I did play a variation of Mortal Kombat, doing like a Tetris kind of thing with that. Yeah.
But I like Zuma. I was hooked on Zuma for a long time.
Yeah. I remember.
That one had me for a while. Bubble Bobble. Was it Bubble Bobble? Oh no, Bust a Move. Used to love me some Bust a Move. Thoughts on Family Guy and American Dad, Rob? I have no thought. I don't watch them.
Oh really? Oh, I love Family Guy.
Yeah. Why would you speculate the movie is already out? Well, that's the point I'm trying to make, Jacob. There's no need to speculate. The movie is out. Yeah, exactly. All right, so enjoy the 60 minutes of Godzilla screen time. Actually, it's less than that, Rob. It's actually like 10 minutes.
I can't believe people are still on about it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, Goji, have you ever played a Super Mario game?
Who do you think? You think I'm under a rock? Of course I played Super Mario. I played like all of them pretty much, except for the spin-offs. There's too many to count. But yeah, I've played. I mean, now beating them, that's a different story. The old Mario games are ridiculously hard. But my favorite out of all of them would have to be Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Galaxy. So, but yeah, of course I played Super. I don't think you can be a gamer without even at least touching a Super Mario game.
Yeah.
That's like the you have to. If you haven't played it, you're not a gamer. That's just yeah.
All right. So the average kid wants to know if I've ever played a Crash Bandicoot game.
Oh God, I love Crash Bandicoot. Oh
Hold
man.
on, I wanted to play a little something. Hold on. Where is it? So, where is it? I hate when you always know where something is, and then when you want to use it, it's like it goes away. Doesn't go away.
Of course I play Super Mario. Ag119 saying I don't play Super Mario. yes.
There's your answer as to whether or not I've ever played Crash Bandicoot.
Oh my God!
You know the thing of it is, I don't think the Nation and ETN, I don't think they realize how deep into gaming I am because it's not very prominent on my channel.
I feel the same way.
I'm like heavy. I'm like, all right, look, just to give you an idea, I'll use a very vulgar term. I'm balls deep into gaming, guys. Like, there's not too many games I haven't played. Yeah. The reason I don't do like a lot of focus on games on the channel is because number one, there's tons of fucking game channels all over the place.
Yep.
And it's not that it's, and not only that, I don't have time to actually do a Let's Play series. I've tried it and I failed, and it's not because I don't want to do it, but I only have so much time to play. Yeah. So the best I could do to do something gaming related is to have a discussion about it with some gameplay footage, which is what I do from time to time. If I could, I would love to do more. Like, all right, here's like 6 videos of me playing so-and-so game. Now, I'm hoping to do a little bit more of that with the retro stuff because of multiple reasons. Number one, as a lot of you guys know, I'm going to start collecting retro stuff. I've been doing some heavy shopping the last 2 weeks, and I have a couple of things that I think I'm ready to purchase this weekend. And I figured doing it with that is a little bit different because a lot of those older games are not very long. Some of those games I could probably beat in one video just to kind of have some fun and commentate and crack jokes and whatever. Where these newer games are like 90 hours long. You know what I mean? So it's like, but yeah, I go back as far as Atari and ColecoVision. Yeah, I mean, that's how deep I go.
That's way. I couldn't even touch. I mean, Pong is the only thing I'll do Atari related, but other than that, I'm a little bit too spoiled. But you know.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take a quick second. If you want to take over for me, I just want to grab myself a drink, and then we'll move on and we'll talk a little bit about the Alien Isolation.
Okay.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second.
Alrighty. All right. Well, I'm taking over the show. No, I'm joking. All right. I'm just gonna look at questions, see what you guys. Enter the Darkness 23. Robin, Goji, have you guys ever played some adult-oriented games? What do you mean by adult? Define that. Noah Golan, Gojifan, have you ever played the first Half-Life game? Yes, I've played every Half-Life game. I love Half-Life. Half-Life is amazing. Actually, Egg119, I'm not a single child. I have an older sister. So, there you go. There's some facts. Nick Zilla, Goji, did you ever play Killer Instinct 2014? No, I have not played the new Killer Instinct, but I've played the older ones. On like the Genesis, I think, is when they were on. Let's see. Immature gamer. Goji, have you played Infamous? I have. I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't actually like Infamous. I didn't find it fun. Jacob Neal. So Goji, will you use your puppet and high voice in future videos? Maybe if there's a reason for him to be in it. Yeah. I definitely love using that mask for videos, or that puppet for videos. I love using it. Enter the Darkness. Oh, okay. So Enter the Darkness 23. You're talking about the Atari porn games, right? Yeah. No, I never played that, and I guess there's also modern porn. No, I don't play. No, that's nah. Robin Goji, what is the most disappointing game you've played? Most disappointing game. Halo ODST was very disappointing. Yeah, at the top of my head, just think of that. Jacob Neal, do you like Portal? Yes, I played both Portals. They make you feel like an idiot sometimes, but you know they're fun. That's a really good puzzle game, actually. So, yes. Well, okay, let's see. ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. Infamous versus Prototype. I haven't played Prototype, actually, so, you know, but I've played, like I said, I played Infamous, didn't really enjoy it, so, you know, I've seen what Prototype is. It actually looks a little bit cooler than Infamous, so. Harvin Dillon, Goji, where's the Gigan discussion? It's on my channel. I've done it. I did it. You can search it. It's there. Joshua Ross, did you beat Plutonium yet? Beat him at what? Yeah. Alex Perez, Goji fan, do you like Star Wars? Yes, I do. Oh my gosh, Star Wars is like, along with Halo, is like my biggest sci-fi inspirations. Oh man, I love Star Wars. My favorite Star Wars game is like Star Wars Battlefront, or if you guys played Star Wars Jedi Outcast. Oh, amazing games. Immature gamer, Goji, what was the first Godzilla movie you ever watched? I don't remember.
I'm back.
Probably. Oh, Rob's back.
I just want to say something real quick. Rogue Squadron for the N64 was one of my favorite Star Wars games.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh, man, especially playing on Hoth. Oh, that brought me right into the movie. Oh, man, I love
the Rogue Squadron franchise. Have you played the others on the GameCube?
I think I played one of them. I can't remember.
They're phenomenal. I mean, and speaking of graphics, for the GameCube, they had it literally looks like next-gen graphics on a GameCube. It's like, oh.
Yeah, those games were a lot of fun.
Really good stuff.
Shadows of the Empire was pretty good too.
Wait, which one?
The N64. The one with the character, I don't remember his name.
Wait, what was the title?
Star Wars Shadows. Was it Shadows of the Empire?
Shadow of the Empire. Oh my God! Yes,
that
that's
was
one of
a great
the
game.
underrated Star Wars games of all freaking time.
Really
oh
good.
My God! I wish they would make a remake or something of that game because it was so awesome. Oh my God! So many childhood memories with that. Oh.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I gotta say it. You gave me a nostalgia boner.
I'm telling you, man. It's some of those old games are the shit.
Oh yeah.
Not taking away anything from the new games. I mean, these new games are fantastic, and
I'll give you a secret. These new games don't have shit on the older games.
They don't. I think they focus now on
multiplayer.
It's a different focus now. Yeah, multiplayer is a big deal now.
Business. It's all about money, 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 not art anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, you do have a lot of corporate entities taking over these companies, and they care about the bottom line. They don't really know what the game's all about. They don't know shit about the gaming industry.
Yep. They don't. They do not.
All right. So Alien Isolation.
Yes.
Reviews came out today, and there were only 2 websites out of like maybe 12 of the more popular ones that gave it a bad rating.
Yeah.
One of them. I didn't see the GameSpot one. I didn't read that one yet. I did read the one on IGN because I actually like IGN. That's actually one of my favorite websites.
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, but the guy, I don't know if you read it. The guy who reviewed it, it was a joke. He was a joke.
Oh.
No, what I was going to say was one of the things the thing he was complaining about in the game, basically he like knocked it for that. Like he was knocking the game for its difficulty. Like I guess maybe he was saying it was over difficult.
That's the point.
Yeah, well, he was also playing it on a hard modifier.
Well, that's his fault.
Like Dick, play it on normal first, and then after that,
if
yeah. I mean, it's like
if you're having problems, lower the difficulty, you pansy.
Well, I think if you're gonna review a game, you should play it on normal because that's what it's meant to be played on.
Yeah.
And then if you want to take a personal challenge to go to the next level, that's on you. Yeah. But I guess apparently he felt that at the end of the game, you get chased down by so many different. It's like impossible, and he just was bitching and moaning. And then he gave it a 5.9. He gave it a 5.9, which was
Alien Colonial Marines score for IGN.
It was like a 4.6. It was lower. But still, 5.9. The game is gorgeous. First of all, and I haven't played it yet. And who knows? I might think it sucks. But to be fair, it was what he was complaining about. He was knocking it for something most people would praise it for, and that's what these other websites were doing. So I'm excited to try it, to be honest.
Yeah, oh yes, I'm gonna buy it. I don't usually, because I have a problem with paying that much for games because I don't think games nowadays are worth $60. But I did I did buy Destiny for $60. I regret that. For going back a little bit, don't buy Destiny for $60. It's not worth it. But the Alien game, I don't care that it's $60. I want to play that game because the way I look at it, whether or not the game's like, once again, it's hyped up. A lot of people are going nuts over it. But it's kind of like a Godzilla 1998 versus. It can't be as bad as Colonial Marines. Godzilla 2014 was not as bad, even though some people think the movie was terrible, but it's not as bad as 1998 is. You guys kind of see what the comparison I'm doing, and besides, Colonial Marines was developed by a bunch of lying scumbag developers that now their reputation is completely destroyed because they were lying the whole development cycle. And there was also something that they were using their money for Borderlands 2 because it was by the same company who made Gearbox. And these guys who were behind Alien Isolation, who's the company? I don't remember. Who's the developer?
It slips my mind. I'm sure somebody will mention it in the comments. Yeah,
someone say it. They have been actually working on Alien Isolation longer than Colonial Marines was in development. Well, even though Colonial was going through different developers, but that's beside the point. That while Colonial Marines was out, they got to see the backlash, and they were like, "Wow, let's look at what they did wrong, and let's just completely not do that."
Yeah, exactly.
And also the fact that people are saying, "Man, why can't we have an Aliens game where you're like a survival game where you're trying to run through the corridors and the thing is super authentic and the alien is chasing you, and then they're just in the background going." That's us. That's what we're doing. So
that's cool. That must have been a good feeling too.
Oh, it must have been a great feeling, especially when Colonial Marines failed tremendously. Now, I haven't played Colonial Marines personally, but just from looking at it, I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste $5 on it.
So it's Sega that's behind Isolation, according to Hazagala.
But that's Sega. But are they the developers? Because they might be the publishers.
Yeah, they could be the publishers.
Okay. Well, they're saying Creative Assembly. Oh. Okay, yeah. Creative Assembly, I guess, is the company. Oh, that's right. They did the Total War series. Harvin Dillon said they were part of the. They also developed the Total War series. I remember hearing that.
I love Total War. That's another good game. That is kind of weird that they did. That's a totally different game.
Oh, it's completely different. I haven't played
strategy all the way up to survival horror.
Like Total War is not my kind of game. I'm not a big strategy RTS guy, but it is totally different. What they're doing. But yeah, I think Alien Isolation is definitely they're more authentic. They're more respectful to the source material. I mean, it really seems like it's a game made by fans for fans. I mean, and especially when Colonial Marines came out, I mean, you you honestly can't fuck it up any more than what Colonial Marines did. I mean, uh, the, you got to look at what they did, and you just say, okay, let's not do that. I mean, simple as that. So I mean, that's So yeah, I mean, the guy, the reviewer, whatever his name was, I didn't read the article. I saw it on The Nation. I skimmed through it, but I didn't really care that much because I like when a reviewer says it's bad. Like I watch Angry Joe a lot, Nostalgia Critic a lot. Whenever they review things, I kind of have the same opinion as they do, but sometimes I disagree. Some of my friends think I'm a sheep where I just agree with anything that a reviewer says, that just because I like them, but I don't. But like Alien, it's like it just looks like such a good game, and it's like if you guys played Amnesia or Outlast. It's basically that kind of survival where you don't have a weapon, and I love those kind of horror games because that's the problem that Dead Space had. If you guys played Dead Space, the first Dead Space was extremely terrifying. Your weapons didn't do a lot of damage unless you upgraded them and all that stuff, which I think, Rob, if you haven't played Dead Space, you would like that as well because it has kind of not full-on RPG, but it has upgrade elements to it. We can kind of grow your character.
I actually have Dead Space 3. I got it for free. I forgot what promotion.
That one isn't as good because what they did was they added co-op and they kind of just gave you these ridiculous weapons and it kind of took the horror aspect away from it. So that's why this game is perfect because I mean I'm also excited because not only are you fighting the alien, but when I was watching that video from IGN, it looks like you also run into other humans that are just as terrified as you are, and they will kill you, or they like one guy was saying or I think it wasn't IGN. I'm sorry, I completely messed that up. It's not IGN who did this video. It was this British gamer review guy. I totally forgot his name. Crap. Anyways, he actually was able to go into the studio and he was able to have interviews. So what they were talking about is that sometimes a human, if you get seen by another human, they won't automatically try to kill you. They'll point the gun at you and say back up. And if you back up, if you kind of just like because you're all in the same boat, you're all trying to survive this, the attack from the alien. So like he'll just tell you to back up, and if you back up, you might actually be able to become friends, and you can sometimes overhear conversations and judge whether or not they're good people or bad people. So it's just like the dynamic of the game and how, and it's not scripted because a lot of people were worried that this game was going to be kind of like Amnesia and Outlast, where a lot of things were scripted, and the more and more you played the game, you could understand how it without even getting hit or anything like that. Mm-hmm. This game is completely different. They're not doing scripted events. Everything is random. Everything is real time. The alien is not going to follow a path that the developers made for him. He will literally, he's just gonna try and kill you the best he can, and that's what
artificial intelligence at its best.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, yeah.
Somebody asked us two people asked us what our favorite horror game is. For me, it's a tie between the original Silent Hill and the original Resident Evil.
That's a hard one. I would say Resident Evil 4. I know a lot of people would say that's when they really started to go downhill, but I really liked Resident Evil 4. That was actually the first Resident Evil game I played, so personally I can't really play the older ones because the controls and the way that the game works is too archaic to me.
It's very a lot of people don't like them. At the time they came out,
they were revolutionary. Yeah,
and it worked. But now everything's so much fast-paced. I'm wondering how to do the remastered version if they're going to keep the controls the same.
That's right.
They probably will.
I think what they said is that they are keeping it with the same control scheme or like the same kind of mechanics, but they are going to make it smoother for you. Like they're gonna at least make it somewhat playable to newer people. Like, it'll be a good chance for me to play the first one and not get frustrated at the controls because I tried to play the GameCube remake and I couldn't really play it because the controls were just that bad. But Resident Evil 4 and Outlast, I'd have to say Outlast. Like, I mean, sure, the game doesn't have a lot of replay value because after you've beaten Outlast, you kind of remember the scripted events because it's a heavily scripted game. Like, you can learn that game and get through it in under 2 hours. But the first time playing it, what a horror game it was. Oh my god, it was really good. Oh,
I haven't played that one. I gotta try it.
You gotta try it. Someone, Nick Zilla, or I think a lot of you guys have actually brought it up, is Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, that game is very terrifying. And it's so simplistic in its design because all you're doing is just it's a first person game, but you don't move. All you do is look left to right and there's doors. And what happens is you got to shut the doors, but you can't keep them shut for the whole time because you run off of energy. And when your energy is like your power is completely depleted, both doors go up. And I guess there's like this backstory behind the animatronics because you're basically in a place that's like Chuck E. Cheese's with like animatronic animals that sing and dance. And I guess they're possessed or something. There's a whole story behind it. I don't know everything about it, but and you just have to be very observant and you keep on looking at like if when you look down, you bring up your security cameras and you have all these different kind of angles and you get to see where they are. So like you'll go to this one camera angle and it'll be looking down a dark hallway and you'll see one of the animatronics just staring through the camera. They're just like this, and it's the creepiest thing.
So wait, so you don't actually move forward or backward? You just
no, you don't. Your character is stuck. He doesn't even move. He's just there. You can't.
That's interesting. What system is this for?
It's PC. Yeah, it's an indie.
I gotta check that out.
It's an indie game, and I can tell you guys, in today's time, yes, Resident Evil and the AAA titles used to be the good horror games. You can't find good horror games with AAA developers anymore. You have to go to indie. If you have to, like, indie developers are the new masters of horror games. That's where Outlast came from. That's where Amnesia came from, and that's where Five Nights at Freddy's came from. Even the Slender Man games. If any of you guys played the Slender Man games, where you got to collect 8 pages. Those are all indie games, and that's why the indie scene is really good because they're not in it for the money. They're in it for the art and trying to innovate on what has been done. So it's,
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched... I guess the average kid wants to know if you watched Godzilla vs. Koopzilla.
Was that the one where he fought Bowser?
I think so.
Like animation. I mean, yeah. I think I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen it. Amen, indie. Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I want to be right now. That's what my group. Once we get our shit together, we want to be an indie team. So.
Resident Evil 2 was very good, but the reason I think about the first one and it's being in the mansion. Like in Resident Evil 2, like it wasn't as scary because it was, to me, it was a little bit more action based and you're in a police precinct and all that. Where in Resident Evil you're in a mansion, it's quiet. Yep. Like when you're walking through the foyer, you hear the clock ticking and nothing else. I don't want to say too much else because you haven't played it yet. But there's some moments where they surprise you and.
I don't think there could be spoiler alert for a 15-year-old game.
Rob and Goji, did you play Alien vs. Predator in 2012? I don't think so. I don't think I did.
Yeah. Alien, yeah, that I call it AVP3 because there were actually 2 previous games on PC. Alien vs. Predator.
I remember playing them on PC way back when.
Yeah, yep. There was AVP and then AVP2, which was really good. Alien vs. Predator 2 was like get the gold edition. If you guys ever find it on Amazon or something, because Steam doesn't have it. Steam has the first AVP game, but they don't have the second one for some reason, and I really wish they would add it because I would buy it in a heartbeat. Yeah, get AVP2 Gold because it's a really good one. So this new one, and it wasn't 2012 actually, it was 2010 when it came out. So it's known as AVP 2010, but I call it AVP3 because it's basically the third game. And it's basically you get to play as all you get to play the Alien, Marines, and Predator, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. I mean, it was just kind of mediocre, a mediocre first-person shooter. I think the funnest part was playing as the aliens because you could crawl in the vents and decapitate people. They were really cool finisher moves where you could grab the person. Whoa! You could grab the person and your little second mouth would just leach out and eat their brain. It would actually show the gore and like their head. It was really gory, but it was awesome too. Yeah, so yeah, it was good. I mean, not amazing, but I have it on Steam, so it's
What do you guys think of Screw Attack's Godzilla vs. Gamera video? I did a review on that, so you can just check out that video.
I've been getting so many messages of people asking me to do, even till today, even though the video's really old, I've been still getting people wanting to do a reaction. I knew it. I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, it wasn't a real big surprise.
I was not surprised. Everyone's acting like this. It was like, oh my god, they're fighting. But you honestly think Screw Attack would take the risk of having Gamera win? No. No way. No way. They would not. No. I wouldn't know.
I would like to take that match and throw it into my simulator and see what happens.
Maybe. Maybe that's what it is. By the way, is your last Kaiju Fantasy Battle episode, I think was it with Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2?
Yeah.
That was fantastic animation, by the way.
Al Tinsley, he's gotten so much better.
Shit.
I don't know if you've seen the other ones, but you can see a progression of improvement from the first one to the last.
The progression, yeah, I mean, from the first Fantasy Battle where it was very simple, it was very short too, to this, the last one. I mean, I was like, whew, wow.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, and that's why for you guys, if you're wondering now that we brought it up, they put it up tonight because Adrian is on vacation, and because Al's gotten so much better doing it, I really want to give him the time he needs to get them done. So that's why it's not up tonight. We will have it next week. I think it's going to be Gamera versus Mechagodzilla. So that'll be next week.
Cool. Yeah, and you know what? For all you guys who are sad that my Fantasy Battle series is over, now you got Rob's, and it's even better quality. See? So there you go. You can, you don't got to be sad that it's over for me because you guys, besides, like your Kaiju Fantasy Battles, like I said, way more production. I mean, all I do is just slap a fucking video game with the two monsters fighting or whatever.
Well, it never was supposed to be that way. Like, I started doing the Fantasy Battle, but more like a discussion, and then just using the Excel spreadsheet with the formula base to implement, like, the moves and all that and how much power they do. And then he actually approached me. He said, hey, man, I can do animations for that if you want. And the first thing I told him was, I can't pay you. That's the first thing I said. I can't pay you. And he was like, no, man, it'll be fun. I'll do it. And I'm like, all right. So he's on board, though. He's psyched to – we're actually looking forward to after the Fantasy Battles, after the Kaiju tournament, because we're going to start doing, like, regular Fantasy Battles.
Nice.
And we're kind of excited to see where it's going to go because we know that's, like, a big deal.
See, there you go, guys. So, you still watch Rob for Fantasy Battle stuff. It's not over.
Yeah, and he already told me it's a lot easier to do human animation than monsters, so that's promising to see what we're gonna come up with after the tournament.
Cool.
But, so we got we're in round 2, so there's 4 matches in round 2, then there's 2 matches and then the championship. So we're not that far away. We're almost there.
And also, I yours is definitely more of a tournament style, because mine was just I kind of 50 episodes. Whichever monster fights. I actually planned for the finale of my series to actually have a tournament style where I was gonna just pick all the monsters that won in each video and stack them up in brackets, but I never did it. I just never got to it. So I was just like, all right, I found that Godzilla Ultraman Gamera game, and I was like, that'll be a perfect finale because it has all these kaijus coming together. But there is one more episode that is coming out, but it'll be, well, I mean, a lot of you guys should know what it is because the teaser that I put, it's kind of, if you really look at the characters, like, because they're all silhouettes, but if you really look at them, I think you could tell what the battle's going to be. But that's basically going to be my official like finisher for Fantasy Battle for me. But yeah,
Yeah,
so,
and it's funny because I don't know if you know, but this fantasy battle actually has these monsters were selected by viewers.
yeah.
So whichever viewers selected monster wins the tournament, they're actually getting prizes.
Really?
Yeah, they're getting prizes. In fact, one of them, I don't know if he's here on the live stream, but he's on the Nation Facebook page. He's obviously subscribed, probably to both of us. His name's Jack Braddock, and he made a contribution to the bonus prize pool, a custom-made Nintendo Entertainment System that says Kaiju Fantasy Battle.
Oh,
and
wow.
ETN yeah, he kind of showed it to me, and I'm like, holy fuck, man, I might not even give that away.
Keep it for myself.
Yeah, but if they win the bonus, see, so the way it works is the winner of the championship match has to face G214, and if they beat G214, they get the bonus prize, and if they don't, they don't. They don't get the bonus prize.
So what? I'm curious. What? I mean, if you don't want to say, to reveal the magic, but what's the deciding factor who wins? Like, is there a randomizer computer?
All right, so remember this show called Deadliest Warrior?
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay,
I used to love that show. They don't show it anymore, but I went hunting online one day for something similar, anything, and like 40, 50 pages into Google, I found this guy who made a battle simulator on Excel spreadsheet, and he allowed you to download it. And I remember emailing him like 4 or 5 times because I wanted to give him credit, so I wanted to ask him questions, so he never got back to me. Because I wanted his real name. I didn't know what his real name was. So unfortunately, I never got to give the guy credit. But it's very simple. It's nothing crazy, but it's good enough so that there's no body making the decision. The simulator does. And when I first started doing it, I used to try and make the battles even, and then people started complaining about that, and then people started complaining about the visuals. But I was going to keep doing it because the majority of people were liking it. And but basically, it's got 3 categories. It's got a long range, medium range, short range attacks. Then you have to implement the power numbers that go from 1 to 100 based on percentage. And what I was trying to do at first is I go to the little sites that give you like the basic statistics of the monster or the character, and then I would use that. And if I couldn't find something for a certain category, then I would use my best judgment, and implement the number.
Yeah.
And that's basically how I do it. That's basically how I do it. And then I put the numbers in. I put 25 matches, and then because that ensures that there's not going to be a tie.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins is the winner. And I let the spreadsheet, I let the simulator take care of it.
Oh, that's cool. I wish I had that.
That's why a lot of people, like recently, a lot of people were like, oh, I don't think Mechagodzilla 2 should have lost that match. And it was actually close. The simulator came out 13 wins for Godzilla, 12 wins for Mechagodzilla 2. So it was close.
Yeah. I could just hear Plutonium. I told you Mechagodzilla 2 was really tough. You almost killed Godzilla? Oh my god, I can just hear it right now. Just hear it.
Dude, Deadliest Warrior I have every season. Robert, it doesn't have a date yet. What doesn't have a date yet?
Oh, he's talking about, I think one guy asked Robert Newton asked if, when the new Predator movie is coming out.
Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't have a date yet, as far as I know. Deadliest Warriors was Godfather of Fantasy. Yeah, it was, man. I still love that show so much. I actually have all the seasons on Amazon Prime for free. So, so I've seen all of them already. Yeah, they're great. Yes, it's math. Robzilla Battle Royale. Have Godzilla versus Gamera in your fantasy battle, Rob. If you don't, I will go ape shit. That's what makes. That's why I like using the simulator, because, yeah, it could look obvious from the outset and right now it's heading in that direction, that Godzilla and Gamera are gonna face off, but the simulator makes the final decision. So whatever happens from this point forward, it ain't me. And that's why it was funny. That's why I was laughing when people in the comment section were saying I had a Gamera bias because like Legion beat Ghidorah, and people thought that was bullshit. Which I kind of agree with the simulator on that one. So Legion was a pain in the ass.
Now,
what's your guys' favorite anime movie? The Incredibles. If you talk about Japanese anime, then
Spirited Away.
Oh, is that what?
Or no, wait, Spirited Away or Akira.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you saw what Japanese anime? Fist of the North Star. What is the most frustrating game you've ever played, Robin Goji?
Destiny right now.
Oh God, I know I have a couple.
Mega Man.
One game that really frustrated me. Nah, Mega Man I handled pretty well.
For me.
Huh?
For me.
Oh, Mega Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I suck at old games.
Ninja Gaiden.
Like old game. Oh my God, Ninja Gaiden. Okay, wait, which one though? Are you talking about like the classic Ninja Gaiden or like the Ninja?
No, I'm talking about the old school joint.
Oh, okay, I don't even know how you can touch those. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, those were frustrating as hell, man.
Yeah.
Hell, even the Godzilla game I was playing yesterday, the old NES one was frustrating. Like when I was fighting this Gazora, I think the squid monster.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's like, yeah, he gets you into if you're playing with him with Mothra.
Yeah.
He gets you into a corner where he just keeps tapping like that. Yeah, and you don't lose energy. He just keeps hitting you, and you're like,
Yeah, Mothra. That was the problem. Mothra. Every time she got hit, she would just go like back down into the corner.
Yeah, that would get because I'm sitting there for like 5 minutes while this guy's hammering me, and I'm like, all right, can I get a turn? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like playing with somebody who smashes the button.
Yeah.
And like cheeses on you in the fucking Street Fighter. Yeah.
If you I don't know if you've figured out this trick, but if you hold down with Godzilla and you keep on using his tail attack, I think it only works with Mogera though. But if you keep on doing that attack towards Mogera, he won't move, and you can just keep on attacking him. Like it's like kind of like a little.
All right,
glitch.
I'm gonna use that move tomorrow when I play.
Don't do it with Gigan though. When you get up to Gigan, he's gonna rip you to shreds. If you try that, you're gonna have to be dodging and weaving because he comes at you with his belly blade, and he'll also back you into the corner. But unlike Gazora, where she doesn't take your health, he will actually back you into a corner and then just buzzsaw your health down. He's cheap. He really is cheap. So get ready for that.
Game Grumps are playing the old game 8 at the moment. Haven't watched it yet, though. I remember the game being... Oh, look who's here, Richard Iso.
Richard Iso. Hey, if Richard, you're watching, I cannot get 62's tail on. It's pissing me off. I just need to say that.
Rob, did you ever see the show Animal Face Off? Same principle as Deadliest Warrior, just with animals. No, but I would like to. Robin Goji, I'm going to what? Full Sail for Game Development BA. Any suggestions, advice? Brush up on your math. Brush up on your math. If you're going for a BA in gaming, brush up on your math, bro, because the math is sick.
Have good relationships or make relationships, connections with developers.
Yep, as early as possible.
That'll help you out as well.
Thoughts on a Dragon Ball Z movie? I'm excited for it because if the rumor turns out to be true that Vegeta is going to be the main hero, I am fucking stoked. All about Vegeta. He said heat the hole. If you want to send him a link to come in, he can come in.
I'll have to do another kind of...
Then did you finger in that hole? Oh, have either of you played Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah, we just spoke about that. Yeah. I haven't. He has.
I did with my friends, and that game turned us into squealing little girl pansies. I've never screamed so loud when we played that because we play like my friend has this big projector screen in his basement, and he has the sound cranked up. And when you're playing that kind of game in the dark with a huge projector screen, and when the shit happens in the game, like we literally screamed like girls. It was
Alien or Predator? I'm a Predator fan, to be honest.
Predator all the way. Richard's gonna be so pissed we said that.
Who, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you wanna ask him if he wants to join us, he can join in. I haven't spoken to Rich in a while.
I haven't either, actually.
Yeah, Rich, if you want to come in, dude, you're more than welcome. It'd be nice to say hi to you. An amazing but depressing film, The Deer Hunter. Have you ever seen it, Rob? I have not.
There, I sent you a link, Rich.
Goji, do you have a Jet Jag? A Jet Jaguar?
Do I have a Jet? Jet Jag?
Wants to know if you have a Jet Jaguar?
Jet Jag. Well, I mean, if you're talking about a figure, I actually don't. Wait, do I? Oh no, I do. I have a little what do they call it? High grade figures. Gasapon high grade figures. What? Oh, the average kid. Sorry to say this again, Rob Goji. The only modern Crash game that's good is Twinsanity. I don't know.
I think Wrath of Cortex was the last one I played.
Oh my god, that's amazing because that is the best game out of the series. Twinsanity, like, see, after Wrath of Cortex, that's when the franchise really just went downhill for me. Yeah.
I'm about to watch Alien here soon. Gonna review it. All right, cool. Have you heard of the game To the Moon? I have not. Not the films, creatures themselves.
Richard's probably not going to join. He has, what do you say, school?
Wow, 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, I'll be.
That's fine. I see how it is. He just doesn't want to talk to us. I see how it is.
Shit, he's got to be up in 5.5 hours.
I know.
Rob, when you reviewed the Desolation of Smog, what were your thoughts on the kaiju-sized legend? I guess what were my thoughts on the size of the dragon? Looked like the size of a dragon. He was fine. Yeah, he was good. I mean, it looked good. It looked good. I kind of hope they, maybe use a little inspiration of that for Ghidorah. The size-wise and wingspan-wise and all that. Even like the wings, the way they're designed.
I know I said I didn't want to talk about 2018, but one thing is I can't wait to see what they're going to make King Ghidorah look like.
Yeah, that's if he's in the 2018 movie, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He might be.
We don't know if he's going to be in that one, or I'm almost certain they're going to put him in the third one.
Yeah. I'm going with my theory that the second one's going to be between Godzilla fighting Mothra and Rodan, and then at the end of the second one, they're going to show King Ghidorah. They're going to do a cliffhanger, and they're going to have King Ghidorah pop in, and then the third one's going to be basically the remake of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, where Godzilla and Mothra... It
kind of looks like it's shaping up that way.
I would love it if it did.
Speculation! That's the first speculation.
You heard it here first.
Yes. Richard told you to shut up.
What?
All right. Goji, have you ever watched RoboCop?
Actually, I haven't. I actually haven't. I know. Kill me, right? I haven't. I don't know why. I've never. Well, I think maybe I did. It was when I was really little, because I know my dad loves RoboCop, and I think he did show me when I was really little, but I don't remember a lot from it, so I would have to watch it again.
Joshua Hill, Rob, how do you see this season of The Walking Dead ending? A cliffhanger, major death, keep up the good work? I don't think they'll do a cliffhanger 2 years in a row. Major death? That's been overdone. I think it's going to be a major reveal, like maybe Negan. That would probably, but I still think it's too soon for Negan. I still think Negan is like season 7 material, because if they're going to just get to Washington by the second half of the first season, which is what it looks like they're going to do, it takes a while from the time they settle in and all that before Negan comes into play. And then that whole Negan saga the comic books, it took 12 issues to get that saga done, and if I'm not mistaken, he's still alive. So I don't see Negan at least until season 7. But it wouldn't surprise me if he made a peak in season 6. Who knows? That's right. Walking Dead is a week away. I'm so fucking stoked. Worst game of all time. Oh wow.
Superman 64
I don't even think I ever
Aquaman
played that. Oh
on
man.
the GameCube. Charlie's Angels on the GameCube. Yeah.
I think I've always been pretty good at selecting my games. I don't think I've ever played a really hard one, or have I?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna shock people. Final Fantasy VIII. I hated that shit.
See,
I hated Final Fantasy VIII.
I'm not even into Final Fantasy. Like, I've never really played any of the games. I'm just not into those.
Do you guys want to see a new Alien movie? If done right. I don't want them. I don't want. If they're gonna make another Alien movie, I don't want them to shit on it.
I am amazed that there hasn't been another Alien movie for a while.
I think it'll be. I think it'll come eventually.
I mean, with all the remakes and reboots, you'd think Alien would be right there, but I don't know.
Oh, dude, did you hear about the Tetris movie?
Oh, that was real?
Apparently, I think is right. I think it's real.
I thought that was a joke.
Too, but I saw a couple of people talking about it.
You gotta be kidding me. That's like a real thing that's gonna happen?
I think it is.
How the
you
fuck
guys
is that
confirm
gonna
that
work?
in the comment section?
How do you...
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's real though.
Space Invaders would make more sense if you just had a guy like, or Galaga or something. But geez, Tetris, what?
Oh wait, I think I see something I wanna nail. Hold on, not like physically.
I was gonna say, Rob. I was gonna be like, hey, now, this is a children's show. Remember?
Okay, so socially awkward. That's inaccurate. Okay, and so what he's saying is that the new synopsis of Godzilla 2018, because we have a synopsis now, even though the movie's over 3 years away, has been on several trusted movie sites. Please state those trusted movie sites. Said that Godzilla must fight against the combined forces of Mothra, Rodan, and Ghidorah. Well, let me provide you with my source of information, which is legendary, which said at Comic-Con that Mothra, Ghidorah, and Rodan will be appearing in future Godzilla sequels, meaning more than one, which means they won't all be in the second or in one movie together. I think that would be overkill anyway. And I can't see, as much as I love Godzilla, I cannot see him beating those three monsters at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, even I would call bullshit on that. Like, I love Godzilla, but let's not get crazy.
Even the fact that the '64 Godzilla, which was probably the most ferocious Showa Godzilla, gets freaking defeated by two Mothra larvae. I hate that. I hate that so much. It makes no sense. Oh God.
I like that suit though.
Oh, the suit's great.
The eyes is my favorite part of that suit.
But I mean, the fact that he gets defeated by two, I don't get it.
It's like, what? What were they thinking? Yeah, Mothra's always gets the best of him, and it's so hard to see when you see him beating ferocious monsters like Ghidorah and Space Godzilla, and here comes a rainbow butterfly kicking the shit out of him. It's like, why?
Yeah,
is that to appeal to women?
I don't know.
In Japan, maybe like that's what I don't know. That actually crossed my mind a couple of times.
Yeah,
I think the Tetris movie will work if it takes place in Russia. Dude, it could take place on the moon. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Ag, you're too much. Yes, multiple sequels. Rob, are you going to watch New Jurassic World? Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. Chris, have you had a fictional female character you were in love with? Maybe not in love, but...
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hot animated things. I mean, there's a lot... Well, okay, from Avatar, The Last Airbender, damn it, what is her name? Oh my god, I'm gonna have my geek card revoked. Oh shit, I should know this. I've been watching. Okay, well, Korra, for one, she's kind of hot. But Katara, damn, that's her name. Yeah, don't not figure that out. Katara, yeah. She's hot, and basically every other anime chick. Yeah, like, I mean, my sister, when I was young, my sister actually watched Sailor Moon, and the only reason I watched Sailor Moon was for the girls. Is really, I mean, is that like that's like every guy's reason for watching Sailor Moon, right? Because you don't watch it for the story or anything. You watch it because, you know, they're flashing and.
Sailor Moon says.
Also, if you guys, I'm probably really weird here, but if you guys watched Totally Spies on Cartoon Network when that was out, do any of you even know what Totally Spies was? Because I watched that also because they were like spies. It was like a 007 thing, but they had 3 girls, kind of like Charlie's Angels. Actually, it was more like Charlie's Angels, and they were all wearing skin tight outfits. So that's the reason. So. You think just because I'm a Godzilla fan, you don't think I'm a guy too? I mean, yeah, of course. I have a guy brain too, so, you know.
Timothy Sampson, I must know, Rob, do you want Bandana Milkshake off the channel? No, I don't want Bandana Milkshake off the channel.
I still don't know where that comes from. I still don't understand.
I would like you to stop talking about my shirts, though, because that gets creepy. It gets a little creepy. He's always commenting on my shirts. That shirt doesn't look comfortable. Oh, that shirt looks nice. Oh, and I look at the comment. I'm like, why the fuck is this guy looking at my shirts? Like, really? Do you, Gojifan and Rob? Do you like Attack on Titan? I have not seen Attack on Titan yet.
Attack on Titan is amazing. It's an amazing anime. I highly recommend watching it. Oh my god.
What happened?
Enter the Darkness 23. Powerpuff Girls was the best. You are correct. I'm not even ashamed. If you're a 90s kid, you know what I'm talking about. Powerpuff Girls for the win. I don't care. I don't care that I'm a guy. Powerpuff Girls. Hey, you have guys now, 30-year-old guys that like My Little Pony. I can say
they do?
Yes, I'm not joking. There are 30-year-old guys who like My Little Pony. I can say I like Powerpuff Girls because for me, Powerpuff Girls is cooler than My Little Pony, and Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles can kick frickin' whatever the frickin' pony's name is ass. Yeah, so Powerpuff Girls wins, even though it's kind of from the same makers actually. But
what's up, Jedi? Nice for you to join us.
Jedi Dreamer.
Oh yeah, what's up with Rob Shirt? See, this is Ag is so horrible at trolling. It's Ag. I'm gonna call you out right now because you know what? I've been nice, but you suck at trolling, dude. Like he tries to troll off of other people's trolls, and he just fails so miserably. Like Ag. You try too much to be like Brian Crockett, and you're not even close, dude. You're not even close. You really need to hang up the troll shoes, man. You suck at trolling, dude. Really, it's so bad. I mean, it's just when you see somebody like, I wish I could put the meme up. I got a meme of like one of the trolls from Lord of the Rings standing in the back of a crowd of people, and the meme says "obvious troll is obvious."
Yeah,
I just wish I could put that up right now. It's so bad. Oh my god.
You know, Ag wanted to stop it, Goji. You're losing your man card. Hey,
Dude,
like I said, if there are 30-year-old guys who like My Little Pony, I can at least say that I like Powerpuff Girls. It's not that I'm a fan of them. I just remember watching them as a kid in the 90s. If you're a 90s kid, you know the good golden age of Cartoon Network. Okay? So, yeah.
Look at him. I'm not even trolling. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
By the way, Sea Monster sucks.
Yeah. Sea Monster can go suck a dick. Okay. Just so you know. All right. Just wanted to throw that out there. Oh my god, that's so funny. Gojifan, are you gonna see Jurassic World?
Okay. Well. A lot of you guys are going to kill it because I know a lot of you guys on the nation are Jurassic Park fans. I see a lot of posts about it. Well, here's the thing. It was probably so long ago when I saw the first Jurassic Park. I was probably really little. I don't even really remember. I haven't seen it since, so I don't even remember a lot about Jurassic Park. So I guess what I can say is I've never really seen Jurassic Park. Second, I haven't seen the sequels, and personally, I'm not that interested in Jurassic Park. I actually don't. I'm not really a huge fan of it. That's not to say that I don't respect it for what it did for movies. That's a different thing. Just because I say I'm not a fan of it doesn't mean I don't know the power that it had. Now, looking at what Jurassic Park has done for practical effects, as well as CGI in the '90s and stuff like that, it's a phenomenal. But me personally, no, I'm probably not going to go see it. I mean, I haven't seen any of the others, so I don't know why I would see this one. But yeah, I know a lot of guys are going to hang me for that. So
you're currently losing subscribers as we speak.
I probably am. I've brought it up before. I've actually said it before on some of my own live streams and some videos. But yeah, I'm probably going to lose a shit ton of fans from that. So.
Hey Rob, any ideas of what the next fantasy battle tournament theme is going to be? If not, I think it should be superheroes. I don't think I'll ever do superheroes.
Oh, don't even get in. No.
The way people are with superheroes.
You don't want to get into that. That's even worse. That's even worse than like kaiju fanatics.
Yeah, I mean, superheroes. People are going to say, "Well, you didn't put this in the simulator." I already see it coming. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to do superhero fantasy battles, but it might just be regular fantasy battles. What I'm going to do is, and I was talking to Al about this, all the old fantasy battles I did with just the simulator and the countdown and then my thoughts, I'm going to redo those with scenery, and I'm going to give it a fresh boot into the simulator without with no holds barred, because every match I tried to make fair. So that you'll see Godzilla versus Cthulhu fantasy battle, where Cthulhu is probably going to be like 8 times taller than him, but the simulator is the one that rolls the dice. So, because that of all the fantasy battle simulations I've done, that one has, and I'm not talking about the new ones we're doing now at the tournament. That one has the most views and the most comments. Actually, it's the only video of all 500 and odd numbers of videos I have that has over 1,000 comments. There's so much nerd hate on that video right now that I have to redo it. I have to redo it just because I want to see what happens.
That's what I had to. That's what I had to do with my toughest enemies list. See, now I'm getting called out if I'm an actual kaiju fan because I don't like Jurassic Park. Look, people, you're taking my words and spinning them in a direction that's not true. I know. I need to say I hate Jurassic Park. I need to say I appreciate and respect the movie for what it was. Me personally, I'm not a fan of it, but just because I'm not a fan of it doesn't mean I hate it. And besides, those are dinosaurs. They're not really, I mean, could you classify them as kaiju? Maybe.
They can't, and I don't want to hear them talk shit. You know why? Because these are the same motherfuckers that don't classify King Kong as a kaiju, and he's taller than a dinosaur.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, then you got, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. They're fucking with you.
Yeah.
Gojifan, have you ever seen Gorgo?
No, I haven't. I need to. I actually saw it at G-Fest on Blu-ray. I was gonna get it, but
It's actually very good. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I definitely need to get that. Yeah, there's a lot of kaiju movies that I need to see that aren't like. I was such an idiot when I was little. All I would watch was Godzilla. I didn't even care about Gamera. Like, I was like, screw every other monster. All I want to watch is Godzilla. But now that I'm older and I've seen the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy and I've seen the Gamera trilogy and the other Gamera films, the Showa ones, I don't want to watch those again. And the Millennium Gamera ones, and I've seen what did I see? King Kong Escapes. I saw that one. And
Adam's fucking with you. Adam's like, why do you hate kaiju so much, Gojifan?
Oh yeah. Oh, I definitely hate kaijus. That's for sure. Yeah.
I don't know why, but my phone keeps going the fuck off. Where's my phone?
Mine too. Mine. Yeah. I just put it flat and I didn't even care about it. But yeah, it's. I definitely am working harder at watching other classic Toho films and other classic kaiju films. I was actually thinking of doing I always forget his name, but Ray Harryhausen I wanted to do a Ray Harryhausen marathon and do reviews of every movie that he's done because, he's he's probably the biggest inspiration of practical effects with stop motion and all that. So.
All right. 1 second here.
So I am branching out. It's not just Godzilla. Besides, I just said I'll never watch Jurassic Park. I might one day, and then who knows? Maybe I might really get into it, and then but yeah.
Where is Brian Crockett anyway? I haven't seen him on here at all.
I know. I was actually wondering where he was. Usually, he's always on.
Rob, what is the most disappointing movie game you've played, seen? That requires some thought. An immature gamer wants to know why you like Ghidorah.
Yeah. That's a hard question. I don't really know why. I mean, the movie's subpar. I mean, it's not the most but I don't know. It's just like, I guess it's just the design and what he is. I mean, he's kind of terrifying. I mean, in the movie, he is a terrifying monster. I mean, if I saw that in real life, I'd shit my pants. I mean,
or he shit your pants for you.
It's true. That is true. I stand corrected. Yeah, I don't know. He's just one of those Showa monsters that was just like really stuck out to me, and I don't know, and because it was one of the first movies I saw when I was little, so he's stuck with me. I mean, he's a childhood monster that I've always liked. So, yeah.
What's your opinion on Super Godzilla? I guess that's for you because I've never played Super Godzilla.
I mean, come on, just look at those eyes. Doesn't they just entrance you? Look at that. Just look at them. Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Opinions on Super Godzilla? Is that a question?
Yeah, it has to be for you because I haven't played the game.
Okay, after beating it, it's not as bad as when I rage quitted. It's not as bad as I said when I first played it. But it's still not a good Godzilla game because it's I mean, you take damage from destroying buildings. Right there, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, that alone just really bothers me. But I don't know, like it still sucks. I mean, I'm not gonna play it again. That's for sure. I don't know what else to say. It's not a good game. It has its moments.
Yeah.
But especially, I'll give it when you do turn into Super Godzilla, the game gets actually really fun because you're like ridiculously overpowered. You get to charge a punch. You can finally do a dash attack. I'll give it that. Like when you turn into Super Godzilla, it gets really fun. But I don't know. Other than that, I guess the boss, like the monsters that are in it, are cool. You get to fight a plethora of Heisei monsters. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't play it again. And Rob, I really urge you not even to play it at all. Don't even touch it. Don't look at it.
I saw you, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not touching it.
Yeah, no.
I'm like,
I suffered for everybody, so.
They want to know.
Hey, Ag119, he says the only good thing about Smog Monster is Godzilla flying. Well, you know what the only good thing about Sea Monster is? The credits.
Actually, you know what the best thing about Sea Monster is? Looking at it on Amazon, knowing that I'm not going to buy it. That's the best place for Sea Monster. Stay on Amazon, motherfucker.
Especially now.
At $89 or some shit.
Yes, the 50th. I have the 50th anniversary edition of it, and yeah, those DVDs are now like extremely rare and expensive. Yeah. One thing I will give Sea Monster though, if you buy it on Blu-ray, the Kraken release, quality's pretty good. That's all I can say. You polish a turd, it still is a turd. So,
if somebody ever gave me that movie, like my wife, if she ever gave me that movie unknowingly that I don't like it, I'd probably use it as a coaster. Rob and Goji, Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon? Pokemon for me.
None. I never got into any of that.
What are your thoughts on the Pacific Rim anime coming out? I can't wait to see it. That'll be fun.
My only question is where the hell is our Godzilla anime then? If Pacific Rim gets one, then why?
Maybe we have to wait a year.
I hope. I
would like for them to come out with something small to hold us over. You know, a nice little cartoon and anime in between would be nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought Sea Monster for VHS just to get the case again because my first one tore up. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sea Monster is good, Rob. Rob just fears him. Actually, no, I don't. To be honest, I would love nothing more than to have a nice boil with the Sea Monster, get a big old jar of melted butter, and just go to town on that shit.
I mean, you have to admit, the Sea Monster is pretty, it's non-original. It's just a gigantic lobster. He's less original than Kumonga or Gamacarus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Rob, would it be a better coaster than Spider-Man 3?
Yes.
It definitely would. Yeah. It would be more used. Spider-Man 3 would actually get to go back in its case. Put it that way. Yeah. Godzilla had one that sucked about. Ebra is way
now they're just fucking with both of us.
Yeah, I know. You see it way better than the shit that came out in 2014. Yeah. Okay, Angtram. We'll go with that. Another failed troll.
Yeah.
Obvious troll is obvious. Yeah, where's our Godzilla anime? Yeah, it'd be nice.
That's what I'm asking. I swear, get the art team who did Attack on Titan and have them do the Godzilla anime. It would be the best frickin' thing ever. Ugh.
What are your opinions on King Kong Escapes?
Personally, it was kind of boring, actually. I thought it would be a little bit more action, but...
Is that the one where he fights like a robot version of him?
Yeah, it's Cyber Kong, Mecha Kong.
Yeah.
And that's what really turned me on to the movie, because I was like, whoa, a Mecha Kong, that's pretty... Because he was actually the first mecha monster, actually, not Mecha Godzilla, actually. But watching it, not much happened, actually. It was very, very boring.
Very underwhelming?
Very underwhelming, yeah. I'd still buy it on Blu-ray, but that's just to have a collection of monster movies, but yeah.
Alright, so favorite, I guess somebody asked a second ago, favorite Mechagodzilla, which for me is the first one.
I'm with Kiryu.
Yep. Fucking Agster with this shit. Ultraman or Superman? Superman for me.
Ultraman. Yeah. Sorry, I just saw Superman. To me is just the most ridiculous OP. I don't know.
They have really made him overpowered now.
I mean, it's not even fun anymore.
I even as a fan, I can admit that at this point there's no more there would never be any what's what I'm looking for, dire situation for him.
Yeah,
to make it interesting.
There's just no tenseness. With Ultraman there is, because he has his energy running out when he fights, and he can't, sometimes he does lose a match, but that's as much as I've watched Ultraman. I mean, the only Ultraman I've actually watched is the first series, and I've only gotten through a little bit of Ultra 7, but I didn't actually like Ultra 7. It was actually pretty bad, so I actually stopped watching it. So.
Oh, so one thing I wanted to say, if it just hit me now, because I know I'll probably be closing this down pretty soon, but so a long time ago, I tell you guys that I wanted to try and do a podcast live stream type thing. So obviously that didn't work out too well, but I am going to be starting a podcast soon, and that's a definite. Actually, Xander Scullion, for those of you on the nation who know him, he's going to be helping me develop it, because he's been doing his own podcast for 3 years. So he's going to help me, kind of get started, and he's giving me some recommendations. And I think I'm going to start it off as just doing it once a week, and so that's a definite now. That's going to be coming in a couple of weeks because I kind of like. I find when I do videos where I either have like pictures or like video game footage, and I talk behind it, I tend to do a little bit better. And I kind of like doing that because I don't know, when I have the camera up, like I have to kind of I'm so concerned about like my surroundings, my lighting, and all that that sometimes I just kind of like I'm not as what's the word I'm looking for? I don't flow as good as I do when I'm not worried about a camera. So I kind of wanted to try the podcast, see how that goes, and start not this week, but probably the following week. Like I wanted to put it up like once a week for starters and see how it goes. And it's not gonna be just me. I'm actually gonna be looking for a co-host because I want to have somebody to talk with. So I'll let you guys know when that's gonna drop. I'll put links up and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. So I just wanted to give you guys the amounts of Spant-Man, Spider-Man, and Ant-Man. Sorry to say this yet again, Chris. My favorite female character is Nina Cortex from Crash. Why is he apologizing for liking her?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
To at work. Thank you, Rob. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, I think it'll be cool because I mean, you know, I try to keep my videos short because, you know, I understand the demographics of YouTube. You know, the longer it is, the less likely people are going to continue to watch it, and you know, I understand that because I know there's videos out there. Sometimes I like to watch, and I'm like, oh shit, 20 minutes, fuck no. So I'm like, I put myself in those. I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do long videos anymore. But podcast is different because you can download it and listen to it at your leisure. Like, you know, if you're like, I don't know, doing something around the house and you pop it on your computer and you raise the speakers, you know, you don't have to sit there and watch. You know, you listen. So I thought it'd be nice to start off for one and then get myself a partner and then someone who's, you know, into the whole entertainment thing as well, and just talk about different aspects and different topics. And obviously I want to do some of those with Goji if he ever wants to try and come on for a show. Maybe we can give you guys a dedicated kaiju podcast every now and then because we know you guys are thirsting. You got to understand from our point of view, when you do it for a long time, all the comments and people this and people that. After a while, you need a break. You need a break, but it doesn't mean we don't love it. It's just like you need a break. You know, it's like so. But, I mean, it's it's definitely going to be something I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, if Chris ever wants to come on and do a kaiju show every now and then, you know you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I would love to. That'd be awesome.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I would love to do a kaiju cast thing too.
Yeah,
on it. Because I met Kyle at G-Fest. Nicest guy you'll ever, like, just so cool.
Yeah, he is a nice guy. The first time I ever spoke to him, I met him through Chris Merger. I hate butchering his last name, but Chris Mergerhanger from Toho Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Introduced me to him because I was asking him about advice for a mic. He said, "Oh, I'll talk to Kyle. He knows."
Yeah.
And then that's how we spoke. We met, and then when I heard about his little trip to Japan, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want to endorse the shit out of this."
The documentary, it was a success for those who don't know, and on November 3rd, he's posting the documentary for free on YouTube. So be ready for that because I'm
gonna be and I don't care how long that one is. I'm sitting down for the whole shit.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
This one I'll put on my TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Rob, are you going to see Star Wars Rebels? It was on. Wasn't it on tonight? I missed it. I actually was going to see it and start reviewing it, and I missed it tonight, didn't I?
I don't care for the Star Wars show. Like with the Clone Wars thing, I don't know. I didn't care for it.
I wanted to at least check it out because I never got to see the Clone Wars, and I heard how good that was. So, and I'm kind of fired up for the new Star Wars movies more than I was for the prequels.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new Star Wars movie. Actually, I'm excited to where they might take it. So,
who would win a rap battle, Rob or Chris? Well, I'm from the Bronx, so that puts me automatic victory.
Yeah, and I'm white.
Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm white. Hey, Eminem can rap. He's white. Don't put yourself down. Don't knock it.
Wait, Eminem? Oh, don't even get me started on that wannabe. Nah.
That was funny. Oh man, that was funny. Ooh, pardon me. Sorry about that.
Ag119. What's the documentary about? It's about the art exhibit that they had in Japan regarding Godzilla, probably the 60 years anniversary thing, and it was a really, I mean, there was so much that they showed. They had some suits from the movies, and it was so cool because I'm on Facebook. I'm friends with Kyle, and I'm also friends with David Eric Dopko. I butchered his name. David Eric Dopko, and he's an amazing photographer. So Kyle actually hired him to come with him, and he was the one who taking pictures of all the stuff that you're going to see in the documentary, and they got interviews with some of the people in the business regarding the Godzilla movies. Is being friends with them on Facebook and also some of the groups that they're a part of. Basically every day while they were at Japan, they were posting pictures in the Facebook group, so we were able to like see all the things they were. I mean, they were right next to Toho Studios, like where they painted the Heisei Godzilla on the side of the building. They were like right there interviewing a guy, and you get to see that in the background. And whoa, that's loud. Sorry. So yeah, but it's going to be on. It's something that they'll probably never do again, and you know, I love the fact that he's able to do this so that he can share it with everyone else. So it'll be awesome.
And Trim, yes, I am getting Alien Isolation. I don't know if I'm getting it Tuesday if I have time, because I'm actually, well, as of right now, I'm off from work until next Saturday, so I got like a whole week off.
Oh, nice.
I expect that to change, but that also means that I'll be with my kids all week. So if I don't get a chance to get it Tuesday, I'll have to get it Friday. My favorite villain besides Dr. Cortex is... I've seen the old Twilight Zone episodes on Sci-Fi. They're cool. Katara, Tylee, Azula, Mai, Korra. Goji, if you made a Gojira game, what would it be like?
Actually, what's funny is that basically what the new Godzilla movie or new Godzilla game is, that's what I've. You know what? I kind of called it, by the way, because before this Godzilla game was even announced, that was the kind of Godzilla game that I was talking about with random encounters and shit like that.
Yeah.
But up the ante, where you can play as every single Godzilla suit and you can play as every single Godzilla character. But the gameplay was already like what I wanted it to be, so yeah.
Gojifan, why don't you like Ultra 7?
It was boring. The effects were terrible. I know it was in the 70s, but I mean, even for the 70s, it was terrible. And the characters I didn't like. Ultra 7 I didn't really care for. The monsters were stupid looking. I mean, even for Ultraman standards. Just not interesting whatsoever. Just didn't care. And I didn't finish the series because I was just so uninterested in it. I was like, I'm not going to keep on watching this. And I just stopped. So I sold the DVD. So because I'm actually selling some stuff, if some of you guys know. I'm actually selling a couple things. So my collection is actually a little bit downgraded, but I'm buying stuff that I like more. You know, I'm buying things that I actually appreciate in my collection. Because when you guys when you guys have a big collection like I do, you start to stop appreciating what you have because all you want is more. Like, it really was turned into an addiction, actually. And I'm not gonna really get into all of it, but you know, all like, I bought fucking Godzilla 2014 party supplies. Okay, you know,
well,
like,
put them to use.
I didn't, though. I just kept them in the seal and just put them on my shelf and was like, look at that. I mean, even my friends were kind of like, okay, well, all this is cool, but I mean, really, the party stuff. Yeah, but that's like, so yeah. If you know, if you guys want a big collection, buy the stuff you really are gonna love. Like for the fact, like the Hedora guy, like all the X Plus figures that I have, and especially this guy, you want to get the stuff that you really are gonna like. And so basically, all the stuff you see right here is stuff that I really like, rather than party supplies and cups and movie memorabilia, I guess. But so.
Rob, who is your favorite villain from DBZ? Kid Buu. I like Kid Buu because he
I
was
like
funny and menacing at the same time.
Was Cell his name?
Well, yeah, Cell was the tall green guy.
I like him. He's cool.
Goji, what is your favorite Godzilla figure?
That's a tough. Look at behind it. How can I? How?
Really? He needs about a half hour to answer this question, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
it requires a lot of thought and maybe walking by his collection for a good 15 minutes, like with his hand on his chin, like yeah, like which one?
Like I don't know if you want to be specific, like X Plus. I don't know, but that would be Hedora right now.
Yeah, that Hedora one is very nice.
Yeah.
My mom says the same thing about my collection. Should I go get a Minya figure? Why not? Rob, did you see Sonic in Jaws?
Maybe he was trying to say and. I don't know. Sonic and Jaws. I don't know how those two are related, though. You're talking about the blue hedgehog, right?
I hope. I guess.
Or if he's talking about the restaurant. I don't know.
Scorpion gaming commentary. Wow, what would you do if Godzilla was real?
Scorpion.
I would climb up his back and use him as a horse. Yeah, I said I would do that too, but I also would, like if death was inevitable, I'd just let him step on me.
I would like to see you ride Godzilla like a horse. I would pay to see that.
Rob, do you like real steel? What the fuck is? We're not talking about that dumbass Shaq movie, are we?
No, I think it's like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot kind of movie.
Oh, with Hugh Jackman. Okay. I got him confused.
That other one that you're talking about was just called Steel.
Okay, right. Which was supposed to technically be Superman. I don't know if a lot of people know that.
Really?
That was one of Superman's iterations when he died. He became one of the, they had like the kid one. I'm trying to remember. I have the damn comic, but I can't remember. But anyway, there was I guess a robot one, and that's what the Shaq movie was based. That was
Really?
At least that's what I read. I thought it was weird when I read it, but that's what I read, that it was based off, or supposed to be based on the Superman Steel iteration after he died.
Well, they messed up anyways.
Yes, they did. Godzilla versus Ultraman, thoughts? I'd rather not. I got into a whole conversation about this on the Nation Facebook page some time ago, and based on what I read about Ultraman, he's just too overpowered. I mean, despite the time, well, the person who put that up said Godzilla versus Ultraman with no timer. So when he put no timer, I'm like, all right, that's just forget it. It's like, I mean, Ultraman is so powerful. I don't think Godzilla could beat him, especially if he didn't have a timer.
Huh.
And I'm not even an Ultraman fan. I just based on what I've read about Ultraman.
He is kind of crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah. Go to Banana Production Channel and you will know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's the Sonic Jaws thing.
Sonic, yeah.
What are your thoughts of Man of Steel? I liked Man of Steel. I know there's a lot of people who didn't, but I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good. I liked the slight changes, especially him killing Zod and all that. So.
Yeah, I actually, because I don't like Superman whatsoever. Like, I've never liked him. But going into that movie, I actually did enjoy it. They actually made Superman pretty cool in my eyes. and yeah, him killing Zod at the end, that really, because for me, I know a lot of hardcore fans hated that because like, oh, Superman can't kill, but I liked it because they took a risk. They took a big risk, and the drama and payoff that scene had. Even though my problem with the movie though is after all that destruction, the next day it's like it never happened, and they just it's like they don't even address all the death and destruction that happened during the fight. I mean, I don't know. I found that kind of weird, but
So just to address two things here, because I know Jedi's put this up a couple of times, and I haven't had a chance to acknowledge him yet. But yeah, Jedi, thank you very much. Yes, creeping up on 14,000 subs.
nice.
This is probably the longest stretch of time I've had to wait between hitting another 1,000. But that's because of all the ups and downs the channel's had in the last 3 months with my inconsistency, the 1,600 subs dropping off the channel. After Godzilla was over, 1,600 people said, peace!
Is that really what happened?
Yeah. It didn't
Wow.
all happen at once, but when I looked at my numbers over time, it came out to be like 1,600 people that left.
Wow.
Then, yeah, that's why it slowed down a lot. Like, actually, but from 13K to now going on to 14 has been like the longest stretch that I've gone without like getting to the next 1,000. But yeah, that's cool. And of course, yeah, I mean, you're still going strong at 17, of course.
I don't know what I'm doing. Besides, even I'm taking I'm more spacious with my videos now. Like I'm not doing them every day, or like because I'm starting to do other things and whatever. But like I don't know what I'm doing. That's still is
Well, you're doing the same. You know, you haven't changed anything at all, really, and you already had the numbers even before the movie came out. So you're still getting that same fan base that likes the combination of video games and kaiju. So
yeah.
you know that's so as long as you consistently do that, yeah, you're gonna continue to
It
grow.
might be the Godzilla PS3 game that's getting.
Yeah, that's gonna blow up.
Especially when I do the Let's Play of it, it's probably gonna really go.
Yeah. Rob, I like the Avengers Origin series. Keep that going. Yeah, that's been a lot of fun to do so far. What if Kid Buu were to absorb Weiss? If he could have a chance to. Weiss is so much more powerful than Kid Buu. I don't think Kid Buu would ever have a chance to get near Weiss to absorb him or her, whatever it is. That's from the I don't know. Did you see the Battle of the Gods Dragon Ball Z movie?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's what he was asking.
I'm far behind on Dragon Ball Z. I haven't even finished the first series, the first season or whatever. I'm so far behind.
I mean, I've seen all 9 seasons so many times already, but I recently started watching it again to review it on the channel, and I'm done watching it, but I haven't done a review on it in a couple of weeks. So the whole from the time, let me see, May, June. I would say like around June, July. I started getting so busy with work that it was really hard to keep up with the channel. It was just I was having a hard time, and it wasn't until like the last couple of weeks that I finally started getting back on a schedule. Are you going to play the Power Rangers game, Gojifan?
I had an idea that I was going to because it kind of has that tokusatsu like Ultraman vibe. But then I decided not to because I really want to start slowing down on Let's Plays a lot because I've done so much. Like I had just a non-stop slew of Let's Plays and nothing else. And after Shadow of the Colossus that I'm doing right now, and later the Godzilla game on PS3, and then Kaiju Combat. Those are really the only games that I'm planning that I'm gonna do. After that, I would like to take a break from Let's Play because also my group Exosphere, when we get our shit going and we actually make a YouTube channel and stuff, you'll be seeing a lot more gameplay Let's Play stuff on there, and I don't want to get burnt out on Let's Plays and stuff between my channel and working with them. So yeah, so pretty much 3 Let's Plays. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else I'm gonna. Yeah, that's kind of it. So. Yeah, I think that's it.
When Rob, what Pacific Rim robot would you like to see in the next movie? Crimson Typhoon. If they brought him back, that would be cool. I already know Gypsy Danger is going to be in it because Guillermo del Toro said so. But if they were to bring another one back, I'd like them to bring back Crimson Typhoon, the three-handed one. That one was cool. All right. Would guys play the brothers? I have a Wii U, but I haven't gotten that game yet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I hear Nintendo's fussy about Let's Play videos, so I don't know if I would touch that on a Let's Play. Maybe a Twitch, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Super Smash Bros. I've played the others. I was a huge fan. My favorite one was Melee, but I don't know. I don't have a Wii U. I used to, but I sold it because there was just nothing for it. The only way that I'm gonna buy a Wii U again is if they announce a new Metroid game. That's really it. Other than that, I could care less about Nintendo. Right now, at least, because they're doing terrible. They're making the worst decisions, business decisions I've ever seen a company make. They're really going downhill. So, yeah.
All right. Yes, Alan. Thank you so much. For those of you, I'm glad that you're here, Alan. I didn't see you posting earlier, but Alan actually helps me do my my weekly entertainment recap videos.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, he helps me out with those. He collects some of the relevant information and then he sends it to me, and then I read through it and kind of break it down and try to do a professional video. I'm still have a lot of improvements to do, but I've had a lot of fun with that. It's a good way for me to kind of, because I used to always be so good at being on top of shit. Like when something drops, I make a video, and I just don't have that luxury anymore. So that's a good way for me to kind of do that within a week. You just kind of wrap everything up into one video. Rob, did you see all the death battles? #swag. Not all of them. I've seen, like Godzilla and Gamera, and I've seen, Goku and Superman, which is a big deal.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. I think I am going to call it here. We have been running 3 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad. So, but thank you very much, dude, for coming on here.
Yeah, no problem.
Talking games, and we definitely have to do this more often.
I know. When was the last time we did it?
Oh my God. I don't remember.
Just us. I mean, I know that I've come in a couple times, but I mean like a
pre-planned. Let's do this and talk about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the last time was when we did it last year.
The first time. Last time was the first time.
Last time was the first time, and I think that's why I put the title "At It Again," because I even thought about that. I'm like, I think this is the second time we've actually planned.
Yeah.
Live stream, where all the other ones you just, hey, there's Goji, come on in.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here with us for the last 3 hours. It's been so much fun, and we will be doing it again. I know you guys always like when me and Chris get together, and we like when we get together. It's always good conversation, and it was nice to actually talk about something other than Godzilla, even though we did speak Godzilla, but that's okay. That's part of what we do. And yeah, I'm going to let Chris say goodbye, and then we'll sign off, and we'll see you guys later.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. And as always, stay big, G-fans.
All right, guys. Later. Take it easy, and we will see you soon. Have a good night. Peace.